Well,
Hello,
Wait,
ladies and
dude.
gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are.
Oh yeah.
indeed, what a motley
Today,
crew we are.
today, it's time to talk
Hello,
about
crew.
Knuckles rougher than leather.
Don't tell me what
Unlike
to do.
Sonic, I don't chuckle.
A lot of
So
Tougher
the
than the
Knuckles
best of them, the rest of them. Rougher than
so the
leather.
Nu- so the Knuckles McFuckles show,
The Knuckles
starring
McFuckles show featuring Knuckles, from the Knuckles McKnuckles series. From the Knuckles McChuckle series.
yeah.
yes. Okay, so here's the thing: if you guys were around for when we streamed our reaction to the Knuckles McFuckles show,
No.
let's just say that honestly, it honestly I was like,
Quite
it's
good.
all right.
Quite good,
Yeah, it was
I'd
Well,
say.
fun.
I'd say
I
like
watched
an
it
8
twice.
out of
Gave
10.
it
Like even if there were some bad parts to it, I was like, watch it
yeah.
again.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, I gave it a
harmless.
second watch and
It's
like
not
the
like
day after,
it's not like
and yeah,
how it's not like the MCU character assassination shows such as WandaVision and Falcon
Loki,
and the Winter Soldier,
Captain
Loki, yes.
Captain Falcon and the Captain Falcon and the terrorism excuse.
you can all
Don't
bite me when
remind
it comes.
me.
Hey, dude, you can all bite me when it comes to the TV segments. Those were actually good. Are we talking
Yeah,
about
frankly,
X-Men
I
again?
don't know. I don't know if you Narukami agrees with you. He's getting dizzy over your takes, Gizmo.
How funny was it when they started like mimicking Malcolm in the Middle and shit? Or how adorable was it when when fucking Wanda and the Vision were acting like it was a 50s family?
uh,
Yeah, I do
frankly,
admit those parts were
frankly,
great.
that's not the part we're complaining about.
It's
Like,
the other parts.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's everything else.
I mean, yes, no, maybe. I don't
Uh,
know. I need another Can you watch,
uh,
repeat I the guess, but question? I don't You're know. not Maybe the I boss need another of me watch. now. You're not the boss of me now. You're not the boss of You're me not the now. boss of me You're not so
uh,
big.
All right, we're gonna check the midnight
Cause,
channel.
cause really, like that, those ideas, those are all fine. It's just the like, kind of the way it ends, all the shit that goes in. The fact that the fucking
Now we're getting a full FMV.
who was that guy who
The
wanted
free.
to fucking murder all the children
Oh
that
fuck.
worked for Sword? That was fucking stupid.
Well, we're getting kicked
I
off the
honestly
internet
forgot
for
Sword
this one,
existed, to be
Alex.
honest.
Is it titties? Tell me it's titties.
Yukiko just grabbed her crotch, and then
Oh, you're right. Oh yeah, you're at the wall.
we see her cleavage.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, you're at the first wall of Persona 4.
Yep.
It's not
Oh,
porn, dude.
No, I say that just
oh,
because the internet's
dude.
gonna kick us off just
No,
for
no, dude.
No,
Seriously. Hey,
incorrect.
I got taken down on from YouTube during the Chrono and not fuck Chrono Trigger's what I'm playing now. Watch Dogs. That's what I'm trying to say. During Watch Dogs because of partial nudity in it.
Oh
yeah. Well, here's
no,
the
I
thing:
saw
Yukiko was fully clothed, but uh,
suggestive posing.
yeah, it was a very suggestive pose.
Night
I
Smash.
almost want to stream Senran
Eh,
Kagura to see how the
I still
this
prefer Chie.
I want to stream Senran Kagura to see if they what? Okay. I want to stream Senran Kagura to see if
The internet will
see
kick you out.
what happens.
All right, so since it's Sunday, it's a day off, and we're going to the food court.
I am attempting to full screen this and the game isn't letting me.
Hi, Nanako.
Well, okay then.
Sorry, sorry, I've got bad news. I gotta go say. Sorry, I got bad news. I gotta go say. Save some bitch named Yukiko Amagi. She's
Man,
not
I don't like.
exactly. She's not exactly best girl. She is kind of a bitch.
He's better than Rize. I'll say that. You want us to be thrown?
Uh,
What? What I say?
Sonic.
Sonic, go sit in the corner. Think about what you just said.
What did I do? What did I do?
You saying that Yukiko is better than any of the girls aside from Ai Ebihara? Go sit in the
I mean,
corner.
I just well, I just too easy. I too easy.
What did he
Like,
say?
Okay, so it's been too long, so I genuinely don't remember where we are. So I'm going to go. Let's see here. Spruce Canyon, north of
what's
Guardia,
wrong? Going back to chemical
First
plant.
Journey, Xenon Bridge.
Yosuke.
You know, eventually we're gonna have to. Eventually, I think we should start trying to do some sort of like fucking. You know those big projects you see on YouTube where they like dub like an entire fanfic series or some shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Gizmo,
We
I would
kinda
love
did
to.
something
I
like
would
that.
love to. I would love to do something like that, but unfortunately, I have already attempted things like that. Trust me, it's quite hard, and we don't have enough financial support for that to happen.
Oh, you don't need financial support. Just go to Discord. There's a lot of the fucking Discord groups that'll gladly do it for free.
No. I know. That's the problem.
So Yosuke here has a giant katana and a short sword.
Because there's a lot of
That
fanfic.
that, that he just
Let mom
happened
know
to
you're alive.
that he just happened to bring out that he had just happened to bring to the food court where people can see him. How
Oh,
badly do you
yo.
think this is gonna go for both our protagonist and his dumbass bestie?
Yes.
Oh, yo.
Go to the arena of
He's
ages
so
beyond the flow of
stupid.
time. No.
Oh,
Because I have
Dina
a list
Village,
of like over 800 fanfics that we could probably do.
Spruce Canyon,
Oh, it's called a
Mm.
nada. My bad.
Proto Dome.
Mm.
No. Mystic Mountains. No. Square
What do you mean
1000 AD.
exclusive?
Spruce Canyon.
So, how about Street Fighter 6? My boy Hakuma's back.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Oh.
But yeah, a lot of people have been complaining that the Knuckles show isn't. I don't even know, because people have been
I mean,
bitching
They're
about the
expecting-
Knuckles show. Oh, and frankly, while it wasn't exactly what I necessarily would have liked, it still leaps and bounds ahead of Halo.
Oh, fuck yeah.
yeah.
Let's not say it's anything. I'm not going to say it's any better or worse than Fallout because that show just came out.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Fallout's not
It's-
I
terrible.
heard some
They
good
just
things
need to-
about it.
Fallout's really good. I mean, and the references, the writing, the art, the costumes, the dialogue, it's all fine. But some of them are really weird, though. You want to have
Yeah.
sex right now? What?
You know,
I mean,
People
Vault
give-
Warriors got a lot of charisma, but they don't got that much charisma.
hold on, before you continue, Gizmo, you know, people give Ryuji shit for giving away a lot of things, but here we have Yosuke literally flailing about the weapons as though he were supposedly trying to resist the officer. I'm like, dude, all you had to do was drop the weapons, put your hands up.
He's a
You
teenager,
are
he's hormonal, and also he's Yosuke.
Man,
Ryuji is smarter than this idiot.
Yeah, like I said, teenage hormonal Yosuke.
yeah,
Ryuji is a
I can agree with that.
is a teenager and hormonal, but yet he's still smarter than Yosuke, and he was practically loud enough to give away the Phantom Thieves operation to Makoto.
Yeah, why
And
you
again,
think?
that ended up being a blessing in disguise because Makoto is one of the best party members in the game.
Yeah, why you think I said the third reason was Yosuke?
I mean, and that's coming from the guy who has his issues with Persona 5's characters.
Hey, since Persona 3 Reload was a quote unquote success.
Still waiting for
Take
the dang DLC to come out.
I'm sure
Well,
we're all gonna take bets on how badly everybody in the main cast is gonna get replaced in in an inevitable Persona 4 remake.
You are.
Well, obviously Johnny Young Bosch and Yuri Lowenthal because it's cheaper that way instead
A
of
lot of those guys
paying
are.
them.
A lot of those guys are already aging. I mean, let's be real
Yeah,
here.
but Yuri can still do a teenager's voice.
Again, a lot of these guys are aging, so they're probably gonna either want to take it down a notch, or they're pursuing other opportunities. So you
Well,
never know what's gonna happen
well,
because you
well,
can voice
keep in
act.
mind Johnny Young Bosch is aging, and yet he'll still voice Ichigo.
I
Oh,
get it,
and
but what I'm saying is that they have other things going on in their lives. You don't know if they're gonna make it in time for these kind of things all the time.
Yeah, that's unfortunately a reality of some of this stuff because some of these actors wind up having they wind up in these positions where they get really big opportunities and it essentially winds up costing them money to do things like, like voice and stuff that's lower profile, or where they're not willing to pay them as much.
which
On
sadly,
bridge. Okay, so we've
which
already been
sadly
through
Persona
here.
ends up falling under this category
Forest,
after a
Castle of the
while,
Forest, bedridden
since
king, resting on their engine in battle.
Also, remember,
Yes,
sometimes
chef.
they'll be stuck in a gig that pays them more. There are
Camp
places
for
there
good
are like
measure.
convention appearances, autograph signings, stuff
Castle,
like
go
that.
back.
Sadly, pays more
yeah,
than just
I know. Yeah, I'm
Casualties.
aware of all that.
yeah. If
Yeah,
you're, that's why I say it, dude.
Eaton
That's why I say that
Zombor.
they have other things going on. That's probably why they might not be able to make it. Because why make pennies doing an entire 5-episode miniseries when you can make dollars just signing autographs and meeting fans?
you know the
That's
funny
what I'm
thing
getting
is
at.
that even though both Yuri and Tara Platt are kind of like union-ish voice actors, they still ended up reprising their respective roles in Bleach, which
Okay.
which is kind of odd to me because I was fully expecting them to get replaced.
They probably weren't getting gigs.
They might have gotten they might have
You
just
don't
gotten the
know.
right kind of offer. Here's one, hero.
And the funny thing is that David Lodge was perfectly willing to go back to playing Kenpachi again for a for for a smaller pay because he was willing to do things for the fans, but they were like, nah.
Dude, if they had to put the Hulk against someone,
Up
At
into
the
the
very
cursed
least,
woods, shimmering,
at the very least,
snapping bush.
Patrick Stites did improve in Thousand Year Blood War compared to how he was in the '04
Top
anime.
end of cursed woods. Where do I need to go? Cursed woods. Is it the cursed woods? This is the cursed woods.
GA, we got
There we
arrested
go.
because my idiot bestie decided to wave around quote unquote sharp objects in the food court. But
teenager
that's what
hormonal
we were
Yosuke.
doing.
Teenager hormonal Yosuke.
Try to relax your anus.
You know, I get the impression that
The
that
shoulders.
she I get the impression that Chie's somewhat exaggerated personality in the Hi Am Daisy comic wasn't all that exaggerated.
Sure.
Try to relax your anus.
Oh, god damn it.
I don't want to. What?
Yeah, several people have said, "Oh, the Knuckles show is the worst thing in the history of the Sonic franchise," and you know that's not true. When Sonic Boom exists, when Sonic Underground exists, you know the drill.
Sonic
Yeah.
Underground.
Oh god, I hated that show.
People are liking that more and more for like ironic reasons now.
Ironic reasons are stupid reasons. If you can't like something genuinely, it's not likable.
The Room.
Touche.
I'm back. Let's grab some oranges.
Orange
Happened.
Oranges.
What I missed?
I think it's about time we get into news. Let's play a little catch up first, and let's play a little catch up though with some news. Crystal Dynamics, they released the Tomb Raider Remastered Collection, and that sold like hotcakes. It had the original PlayStation, PC, Tomb Raider games, including some removed and missing levels and content that was originally only on certain consoles, such as the PC, PlayStation, Dreamcast, and so on and so forth. They even gave you the option to switch in between the original renders and the remastered renders, which is also pretty cool. Kind of odd they didn't give you the option to. No, wait, no, they did that. I was gonna say they didn't give you the option to switch between controls for like the modern to like the retro controls, but they did that. Here's something that nobody liked though. Back in the day when Tomb Raider was popular, Lara Croft was everywhere. Just as much as say Marge Simpson was, or I don't know, Witchblade, Vampirella, Pamela Anderson, Britney Spears. You know, because just like Marge, just like Pamela, just like Vampirella, she made it onto a lot of merch, headlines, covers. She was on Playboy.
She was one of like video game sexiest women's list.
Yes, she was on Playboy. She was like on a magazine cover where Duke Nukem was holding her titties. She was like,
so we gotta go to.
She was like statues, memory cards, action figures, comic books. You get the picture, right? And I mentioned this because in the game there's Easter eggs of a couple of her pinups from back in the day when she was still in her
Polygon days.
Excuse me, when she was still in her debut stage. You know, all the 1, 2, 3 and Dreamcast days. You go to a locker, you'll see like 2 of her pinups like right there taped above the lockers. Unfortunately, that got patched out and censored. They weren't even replaced with anything like a generic sports car poster. No, they were just removed.
They were gone in the remastered version, but they were still there in the original.
Right?
Sony.
And funnily enough, because of the outrage, they decided to remove the patch, therefore removing the censorship.
Well, it's not that they removed the patch. They made a new patch that restored them. How about you remove the patch? Because that'd be like a rollback, you know? But this thing, the thing about this was that it also had some bug fixes and whatnot.
Right,
I think it fixed that problem where the
why don't you just make a new patch then? Like remove that patch.
What they did.
Make a new patch along. They didn't though. You just said
that's what I just said. They made a patch that added the content back in and over top of the over top of the previous patch that removed it. But here's the thing: it didn't just remove it; it also fixed some glitches.
God, I hate Knuckles' short jump.
The fact that they try to remove this though is baffling. You would think they would want people to buy this thing.
Well, yeah. No. Thankfully, Crystal Dynamics actually listened to the people who paid for the game.
It was already odd enough
because they would have gotten sued if they hadn't.
It was already odd enough that they removed the lady on the back of one of the villains' jackets. You know,
Yeah.
because we can't have naked ladies on a game where you
Yeah.
kill people.
Well, blood is
Ew,
okay.
women.
Titty is not.
Yeah, I
It's like
never.
that one quote, like the clown said, "Oh, anything is fine so long as you don't show a nipple."
I think. I think. I
Hang on.
think Tipper Gore's wife is somehow still
Al,
doing shit like
don't you
in
mean?
the
Don't
shadows.
you mean Al Gore? Al Gore's wife, because Tipper Gore or was his wife.
I heard it both ways. Either way is how about stop fucking everything up, Sony? You're going on the right track, kind of, sorta, 5%, and then you're like doing shit like this.
Sony, what happened to you?
California happened. That's what.
In
Damn it.
California.
Yes, thank you, Dankula.
Welcome to California with open bar. That is a terrible impression of Count Dankula. But
I have
to be perfectly frank, I haven't done his voice that often.
Oh, what happened? That's just awful. How terrible. Oh no.
See, that's better.
I'm literally just mimicking him and using that as a serious voice.
Yeah.
It's also kind of sort of serious. The Game Boy emulator, that was the top
The top
rated
download on the
downloaded
Apple Store?
app on the iPhone App Store. Yes. It was yanked for copyright infringement. And what's funny is that the guy's not even mad.
There have been a lot more put on there since then. So
Yeah, but it's specifically the Game Boy and NES. Everything else is just left alone. It's kind of odd.
Even
did
the
you just
GameCube
see us
one?
kick
Was
that
it-
thing's
was-
ass?
Wasn't there a GameCube one?
There's Genki, there's Dolphin, there's
Yeah,
Dolphin, there's Dolphin, there's Kega Fusion, there's Kessen, there's fucking Zemu, there's all these other emulators that you could probably find literally everywhere. For some reason, they took down only the Game Boy and the NES emulator. It's really odd. Specifically,
That is odd. That is pretty odd.
You know what else is kind of odd? Virtual Boy emulation is coming to Apple Vision Pro.
Oh, maybe that thing will actually be useful for once. Because I've heard that Apple Vision Pro breaks really easily.
It's Apple. Everything breaks easily.
Like,
Why do you
no.
think I refuse to sell my
Like,
soul, Bill
dude,
Gates?
you don't know what I mean. Like, they set it down on a table overnight, and it broke.
What?
Yeah, like a crack down the center.
What? It just killed itself or something?
Hold on. I'm gonna walk through this. Tell me, tell me where you.
Okay.
Okay. So he put it on.
So a guy who had the Apple Vision Pro, right? He set it down on his like nightstand overnight, right?
Okay.
Woke up the next morning, there was a big crack down the center of it.
Any pets?
No.
Does he
No,
have
it was
does he have-
literally just sitting there, and the pressure of its own weight, broke the damn glass.
How do you do that?
That is
I don't know.
accomplished.
Dude, the Virtual Boy was a big honking piece of shit, but holy shit. If it breaks...
It's shitty fucking glass, that's how.
When I hear people say, I broke the Virtual Boy, they dropped it or they threw it. This guy just placed it on his nightstand?
Yeah. And this is more than one person had this happen, too. Just a big old crack down the center line.
Oh
because it's like this big fucking piece of curved glass. Because it had to be an AR helmet in addition to being a VR helmet.
Why? Why do people keep buying Apple products?
Oh God,
Why do
No
people keep
clue.
buying Apple products? They're all cheap pieces of
guys,
shit.
guys, I don't mean to interrupt this again, but I feel
Yeah.
like this game wants my affection.
Give it affection then.
Perfection.
No.
I feel that's
But think about it, like no other VR anything has had this kind of like
Right.
problem. Virtual Boy, the Oculus Quest.
Well, remember how
VR.
Apple phones used to have they used to have plastic backs or metal backs, right? And then they replaced them with that shitty
Metal.
fucking yeah. You know, it was fucking heavy, thick ass metal, right?
Yeah, the titanium casing.
Yep. And then they replaced it with a fucking glass back.
Why would you even
And now if you drop the fucking thing, it's broken. I had a fucking plastic phone that my uncle gave me that he bought for $1. Like, he bought these fucking smartphones from Kroger, and he bought he bought them for $1 a piece because there was some kind of pricing error. And he gave one to me, and that thing lasted me for like 5 years. And I drop it onto fucking concrete, onto the road and shit. Not on purpose, obviously, but like you know, you drop it. You know, I drop it, and then it was like, well, hey, this works. This still fucking works. And then these
that's because
Apple
you didn't buy an
phones.
Apple product.
Oh no. But these Apple phones are like, man,
Dude, you scream at it and it breaks.
look at it.
Apple made the phone that bent in people's pockets.
I was there. Holy shit. I saw people legitimately bend those things like goddamn taffy.
The fact
That
that was even possible, like, come on, man.
It's worse.
You made it out of the
Apple-
shittiest thin aluminum you could possibly fucking find.
It's worse than that.
Yeah,
There's been things worse than that. You know, you're at least with bending the phone, you need to put some pressure into it. So that means there has to be some effort put into actually bending the phone, whether it be voluntarily or not. You remember Antenna Gate?
What?
Oh yeah, where you'd pick up the phone
yeah.
and the damn thing would just stop working.
Yeah. So since Sonic doesn't know, what it was is that there was this new iPhone where it's able to pick up like satellite Wi-Fi, whatever the fuck. You know, it was one of the newer models. But here's the problem.
It had these pretty decent antennas on it, right?
Right, but it's not antenna like you're usually used to. You know, like finicky about on top of the old school TVs. No, these
but
are
they
like
made them. It had like. Okay, so the antennas were built into the case, right?
Yeah.
Like not the case, but like the shell of the phone.
Yeah. So, but here's the problem, though. Excuse me.
Yeah.
There's this little gap, this one smidgen of a gap that looks like you could fit your SD card into if they built it that way. If your finger even slightly covers that, you lose every and any and
Your
all
call
signal.
drops. Yeah. Yeah. So if you hold your phone wrong, the call drops.
That is wow. And people bought that.
And people
And
bought it, they still bought it.
Yeah, and people made excuses like, "Oh, where you're holding your phone wrong." It's like, bitch, I don't need to hold my phone a specific way. I should be able to hold it. If I want to hold it like L from fucking Death Note, it should still fucking work.
If the biggest problem is my fingers in the way, then you made a critical error in design.
Critical failure.
Monument.
Like, it's the equivalent of you're drinking the water wrong. Bitch, how do I drink water wrong?
Yeah.
Drinking Dasani. That's how you drink water wrong.
Fuck Dasani. Metallic tasting shit. Speaking of shit, Mortal Kombat's getting a fan-made Jaguar port 30 years later.
Oh, cool. I wish I could find it in myself to.
Is it better than the
actually-
Switch port of Mortal Kombat 1?
You're asking me?
Mortal Kombat?
I don't I mean, I may be into
yeah.
fighting games, but I'm not into Mortal Kombat that much.
I like Mortal
I
Kombat 1.
loved Mortal Kombat back in the day, but that was back in the day, man.
Yeah, back in the day.
Actually, nowadays, if you were to look it up, there in the tournaments, people are still holding tournaments for this first Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, Mortal Kombat's still one of the top, I mean, Mortal Kombat's Mortal Kombat. It's
Not
number
Mortal
one.
Kombat, the first Mortal Kombat, like legit, just Mortal Kombat, like the precursor, like the one
Yeah,
that started.
the original.
Like people are still making tournaments of the original Mortal Kombat.
You know what?
Now
I guess
people
that
are
doesn't
still
surprise me
playing,
since Street Fighter 3 and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 are still.
Yeah, I was gonna say people are still playing
doesn't-
MVC 3. People MVC 1 and 3, 1, 2, and 3. People are playing and stuff like fucking. They're playing Smash Melee.
Yeah, there's a lot of old games you wouldn't believe people are making tournaments out of. Like there's
Eh.
legit.
Yeah, so you know what? I guess that doesn't really surprise me. You know,
There's legitimate tournaments of like.
I would
the
run
Sarah-
King of Fighters 98 tournaments if I knew the slightest bit of how to organize a damn tournament.
I mean, there's just go on Shallon, get some guys, go on Shallon, maybe schedule the matches. I mean, I
surprised
organize tournaments all the time.
I'm
Time when
surprised
you're my
that-
fighter game club.
I'm just surprised nobody's ever tried to form a tournament based off of Tenkaichi 3. Tenkaichi 4.
Oh,
is
I'm
right
pretty
here.
sure
that
they're
would be
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
How
I
awesome-
mean,
How awesome would the hype man be watching fights like that unfold? But then again, how many times are we going to see Goku, Vegetas, and fucking
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta.
yeah?
they
how
probably
how many
maybe do like how Marvel 2 does. They like make a ratio system, which
you mean like use the destruction points? I see that. I see that.
yeah, destruction point. Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that happening.
yeah. I mean, if we were going to do a tournament, it'd probably be using destruction points.
I would have to actually do that if I ever somehow in my day actually run a Tenkaichi 3 tournament because fuck. Hey, I get it. You got all of Goku and Vegeta. Please pick another Saiyan. Hell, pick another species, please.
Yeah, why not give 3 the soldier some love or a pool?
Pick Nail. I don't care.
Cool.
Man, yeah, a pool. Don't you know he was in Tenkaichi 3 too?
Nail. I have a bitch of an itch.
Have an itch on my left ass
It
cheek.
was actually surprisingly
Come
cool in
over and
Tenkaichi 3.
scratch it.
You know,
I will say, like,
you better have enough
I can-
scratch on you though, because someone is selling the PlayStation Experience trailer for $70,000.
What the fuck
What?
is that?
why?
Really? You don't know? Okay, so the PlayStation Experience trailer was used back in 2006 to promote the PSP and the PS2 back when those things were still new and just
Oh,
came
that's
out.
cool.
And what it was is that it was an entire trailer where you got inside and it was almost like a part of a building. There was like a place you could just sit down and play demos and shit. However, unfortunately, the thing has been out of order for several years.
Oh, that's what that was? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so now I actually kind of know what you're talking about. Because I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, and this was back in the day when ATV Alpha Fury 4, SOCOM, and NBA were still a thing. And they get this. They're trying to sell it on, of all places, not eBay, not at a pawn shop, Facebook Marketplace.
That's gonna wind up on an episode of Weird Facebook Marketplace Finds.
Dude, it's already a weird find to begin with. It's a mom
know.
that owns it. How the fuck does just a regular ass Karen of a mom own something like that?
Man,
Wait,
Give it
I
to
don't
soccer
me.
know.
mom. Probably a soccer mom.
No, that's what I'm saying. Who just casually owns that? And you're selling it for
I mean-
$70,000? I'd buy that for $100,000. That thing
I'll
is
buy that
fine.
for $1.
You know what?
You know what you don't have to spend $70,000 on?
What?
PPSSPP, because it's coming on iPhone App Store this year.
Oh,
PPS.
nice.
What?
It's a PlayStation portable emulator.
Okay. That,
Yeah, they name it. They give word.
Yeah, right. I do
They
have
give
I still
emulators
have
word.
Yeah, I still have my emulator from PS4, PSP emulator.
I'm just wondering. Who the fuck plays games like that on an iPhone?
And I'm gonna have to raise
Congratulations,
my
it's
hand
like the
here. I
PSP with
would.
extra steps!
That's what I'm saying.
Guide.
I mean, to be fair, the PSP was basically the RPG machine.
Okay, but who's gonna play PSP games on a phone?
If it's powerful enough, and you know, it needs
No, but
something, and
like,
there's no internet around.
okay. If you download an NES game, Genesis game, Atari game, you're good to go. You're good to go. 3 buttons, 1 button, 2 buttons, that's it. Now,
They ported Resident Evil 4 to the fucking...
yeah, somehow.
Yeah, somehow
Okay.
they ported Resident Evil 4 to that fucking thing.
It was a shitty version. It stank ass.
Yeah, it's dumb. But yeah, going on. What are you saying?
But yeah, like you download PPSB. Why the fuck are you playing Final Fantasy Crisis Core on your iPhone without a Bluetooth controller, or hell, on your phone of all things?
I mean, whenever I do it, back in the day, I did actually have it on my phone because I used Android.
Right. But
I mean, I mainly played RPGs, like Persona 3 and
Right.
extra.
But then why not just get a PSP?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I was in middle school, man. I didn't have a lot of income.
No, but what I'm saying is that the PPSP emulator is going to be available on iPhone. Why not just get a PSP at that point?
Well, you do have increased resolution options, bigger screen.
Get a Vita.
The ability...
I mean, back in the
I
day,
mean, dude,
sure.
those things cost like $200.
You can
A
go
lot
to
of
a
people
pawn
already
shop.
have iPhones.
You can go to a pawn shop. You can go to like a game
Yeah,
store.
I've
Hell,
been... Dude, pawn shops
could
and
probably
game stores have them for like...
You could probably find some in Facebook Marketplace or like garage sales and flea markets for
That's
like
much
half off too.
work. Well, that's too much work.
Yeah.
No, that's a you problem.
I'm a lazy fuck. I'm a lazy, skinny fuck.
Eat a sandwich, ho.
But me, frankly, like, I have 2 PSPs, I have a PlayStation TV, and I have a PC capable... Huh?
Why do you have a
Why-
PlayStation TV?
It's the Vita TV, sorry. Because there are like 3 different,
My question still stands.
because I wanted it. And I found one cheap.
It's the pit. It's Mystic Cave. Oh no.
But did you
Like,
need it?
legitimately, it's really fucking cool, especially for, like, soft modding.
I can see that. I mean,
It's like a TV
Yeah.
version, and guys, it's like a Vita that you can hook up to your TV.
And
I
like the Vita
never-
did like plenty of crossplay stuff. Like I mean, like remember
I
when the days
never
of
had
Street
a,
Fighter X Tekken? Oh, Marvel 3 was technically on the Vita.
Oh God. Tap the screen and you can play. Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah, I never had a Vita, so...
I mean, neither did I.
Please don't shit talk to Vita.
Oh, I'm not
We're
shit
not.
talking the Vita, I'm just saying
None of us are
that I
shit
never
talking. We
had
just
a
didn't
Vita.
have it. I
Just
was a
saying,
DS kid.
just saying that is already shit talking it.
No,
It's not
really,
our fault it
actually,
didn't
no.
sell well. It's not our fault it didn't sell well.
Okay, moving on. Speaking of TV, Golden Axe is getting a 10-episode animated series
Nice.
on Comedy Central.
Less nice.
Oh.
Well, I mean, Beavis and Butthead did well.
I guess we'll
Yeah,
just
true,
have to see,
true.
footage and
Eon
see.
Flux did well as well on MTV. I mean MTV. No, that was on MTV.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but Beavis and Butthead did well on Comedy Central as well. So did South Park. But has Comedy Central hosted action shows?
That's a good question.
Because like when I think Comedy Central, I don't think like balls to the wall barbarians cutting up motherfuckers and doing puny god on dragons and then banging barbarian dommy mommy women.
No, Gizmo. What you would imagine from Comedy Central is the variant of Golden Axe where it's like, "Buy my balls, girl."
Buy my balls!
Balls.
Remind me of that game again, I throw you.
What game?
Beast Riders?
Oh no.
The gold.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I've heard of fucking Savage Roar, that dinosaur fighting game.
There's Golden Axe 1, 2, 3, and then when the 360 and PS3 came along, they decided to reboot it with Golden Axe Beast Riders.
I only remember Spider Riders.
Calling all Spider Riders.
Yeah, that was that back in the day.
I played the MMO. Did you know there was an MMO?
There's a
Oh,
There's
Spider
an
Rider
There
games?
was a Spider
Oh,
Riders MMO that was Flash based.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
I wondered if you played it.
yeah, no wonder we didn't. Flash is dead, which is a sad.
This was like, this would have been
It's
like
not
10
dead like
years.
that. I mean, like
This would've been
there's
like
archive-
10
I mean, dude, you
years
can still
ago.
play Flash games nowadays. I mean, you can still play Flash games. They're
Yeah,
not
but that's
dead,
for
man.
archival purposes. Just so you know, the guys involved in the Golden Axe show are going to be Mike McMahon, the guy.
Any relation to Vince?
No, not McMahon. McMahon.
Oh,
Mahan.
Meek Mahan.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I don't know. That's how people always
No.
pronounce.
Mike
That's. I don't
But
even
yeah.
fucking know, man.
But yeah, Mike McMahon is the same guy who brought us Star Trek Lower Decks and Solar Opposites, and it's also going to
Solar Opposites was good. Star Trek Lower Decks was.
It's okay.
You know, I'm back and forth on whether I like Lower Decks or not, because a lot of shit in that first episode rubbed me the wrong way, and then I watched some more of it, and I was more okay with it. But
It's the animation that kind of throws me off. You know,
yeah,
when I think
it's a bit too Rick and Morty. It doesn't scream Star Trek to me, you know?
Oh,
Yeah,
you got the GA boss already, Kevin?
it's
Yep.
because of the animation style that I
Oh, boy.
almost didn't watch it.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of like
Hope you're all healed up.
it's sort
I
of
am.
it's kind of like seeing a comedy show in the art style of Berserk. It's like, okay, yeah, it's funny, but like, how do I know that with an art style that looks like that?
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
oh, Joe Chandler from American
Luca
Dad
learned
will-
napalm. We can now commit war crimes in Vietnam.
and Joe
Oh.
Chandler from American Dad will also be involved.
I see.
Huh?
Yukiko is right about one part. When it comes to waifu appeal, she's
Tata and the Frog. That,
Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh wait, no, wrong guy.
I mean, at least Yukiko has some taste.
there are Fire Emblem waifus that are infinitely better than Yukiko Amagi.
I'm not denying it, man. I'm just saying. I don't like. I just hate Rise a bit
you're
more.
not denying it, because you can't deny it.
I actually don't mind Rise.
People try to tell me that I should go for Rise, hence why I'm gonna have to pair up with her.
What do you keep? What do you keep?
Gizmo, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Right.
You know what else is good though? The PS1 version of Doom has been backported to PC along with the soundtrack.
Nice.
Or
I heard some good things about PS1 Doom. I haven't played it yet, but
Yeah, it's a unique version of the game, all right.
I figured much.
Like, it bizarrely unique.
Like what?
gentlemen, now
Like, there's a bunch of new levels and stuff.
Oh.
there's a lot of PS1
Alright.
games that are getting backported to PC. Like,
Oh, look, it's Zombie. It's Zombie Mommy.
what is there? Like, there's Twisted Metal
Zombie,
2.
yeah.
There's Crash Team.
no, where you don't have Banana Head Dominatrix yet.
There's Crash Team Racing. Then there's Twisted Metal 2. And now PS1 Doom.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm glad these games, are getting archived. So,
No, well, not archive.
Not
More
just
like
I
Yeah,
mean,
I was
well,
gonna
you know what
say,
I
not-
mean. Yeah,
not
you
just-
know. I mean,
Because it was
I don't know
already
what the right
archived,
word.
but this
I don't know what's
is
the right word. I guess
something else.
be inflatable again.
It's basically a fan port.
Well, it
If only
literally
we
is
had a
fan port.
motherboard.
Frankly, it's an NES game. You don't need to get more native than that.
Guys,
No.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Shadow Chie brings up a good point. Chie is much better than Yukiko.
I mean, yeah, no duh. I mean, no one's gonna.
But the Persona fandom has.
Yeah, the Persona fandom
Simple.
can't agree on anything.
Simple. We'll football tackle her and muffle her, so that way she can't say those infamous words.
Huh. You know, the thing. I mean, I would wonder what would happen if they just, decide to say, you know what? How about you just don't say those words? Like, would the Shadow just leave them alone, or
that
like?
happened. That already happened though. It's the main character.
No.
No.
Oh, actually,
In the anime, the main character.
Actually, Futaba ends up being the result of what happens when a person just accepts the Shadow for who they are. Because she literally figured out what was going on from the moment she stepped into her own palace and took immediate control of the situation.
I'll be back. I gotta take a piss.
I mean, I would thought Adachi was the first person to do it.
To say to what you just said, Chie.
I mean, I always thought Adachi was the first person that could, get a handle on his Shadow.
No. I'm just saying first person that's a party member.
Ah, got it. Not an asshole.
No, you're not. You're beautiful.
Beautiful the way you are.
You're breathtaking.
I mean, who doesn't love tomboys?
Yeah, that Chie is one
Gay
of the best
people.
tomboys.
Yep.
So it's gay to like Chie. Okay, then I'm gay.
It's always hilarious whenever one of those stupid people on the internet, a stupid person on the internet, shock and awe, but whenever one of those stupid people on the internet says that it's gay to like tomboys, because it's always hilarious to play the Uno reverse card on them.
Look, it's rough to say, back in my day, a hole was a hole.
Well, recently Andrew Tate has earned his title of apex homosexual by saying that having sex with women and is for sexual pleasure is the gayest thing you can do. So,
So is it like gay as in like happy?
Man, I suppose it must be, because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's the only way I can
you
that
have
makes
to
sense.
say those 3 words.
Oh my god, it's the Master Sword.
Me.
And then Chie takes a nap. Oh wait, not yet.
There's the banana head dominatrix.
Let's see here.
It's symbolic. I don't.
No, we don't get to the it's symbolic jokes until Shadow.
I know the bird. Oh god, Metropolis Zone.
So Shellcracker, there's Asteron.
Oh, I missed a Mirage Hand.
Yep.
I am a Shadow, the true self. What do you
At least
guys
I'm
think
Knuckles.
you're doing? Trying to defend the real me?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna pay the price.
God.
Indeed, Yosuke. Huh.
No,
Think
thank
you can
God we
stop
never
me
got a
that
stage
easy?
like.
Gonna reduce the defense a bit.
Masamune.
You're learning using stats now. Stat bonuses. You're learning.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, don't patronize me. Okay, then. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yosuke
yeah,
got
but
shocked.
You know, it kind of make me,
What?
kind of make my whole life
Dude.
easier if I had a more powerful sword, you know?
Yeah, you just need a bigger sword.
In fact, you know what?
Ev-
I'd appreciate that as a story thing. It's like, well, you know, obviously I know, that it's, that you don't have to, you know, it matters more for like what you do with the sword versus, as you know, what kind of sword you got. But, you know, obviously it'd make my life easier if I had a more powerful sword, so I have to get the most powerful sword in the world. It's just how it goes.
Something dick joke.
Oh, great. Now she's erected a green wall, which means I can't attack her with wind. All right, that just means I gotta
What the hell
rely.
am I doing? Why am I climbing on these damn gears? I'm Knuckles. I can just climb walls.
Oh, god damn it. Luca's going
Not
down
sure.
this turn.
You know, Chie,
Oh.
I'm not sure how to feel about you wanting me to
Aura Whirl,
scream.
Aura Whirl,
you
Aura
know?
Whirl. Come on, Aura Whirl. God damn it.
I mean, hey, at least all this shows that
Athenian
she is
water.
technically an S.
Aura,
I
Aura.
mean,
No, she's not.
I
You're
mean,
looking
she would be a
scorn.
top. I'm just saying, Gio is
Come on.
definitely a top if we're going by her shadow.
Aura Whirl, Aura Whirl.
Okay, when resistant. Yeah.
Okay.
God!
Okay. Now we're more
And
likely to
that's
be
Guardian Shield,
able to...
okay.
Jesus, tap dancing
Keep
Christ.
going!
You are,
Okay.
you are just.
Okay. This is gonna calm down. Calm down. Calm down. And
Chie,
now my
you
most
are
powerful
just-
party member is dizzy. That's it. Chrono was confused. He attacked his own party and his confusion. Oh, that's cool.
Oof.
Great. All right.
In other
News?
news, we're getting a Final Fight comic in July.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's neat. Sweet. Capcom finally doing some with Final Fight, earning cameos.
It's going to be a 4-issue series, and there'll
Okay.
also be one for Free Comic Book Day.
Oh, nice. I don't
Hooray.
hardly do anything for Free Comic Book Day anymore because it's always at a really inconvenient time.
And they're always giving away Free Comic Book Day with Free Comic Book Day printed on the comics, which is a turn off for me.
The free comic books that... Lately, the free comic books haven't been all that impressive. They used to be, like...
They're not.
They used to be, like, unique issues or like, preview samplers or,
That's
Oh,
right.
I have a really neat one that's like the history of the entire Sonic the Hedgehog franchise. And, like, it's, like, there were a bunch of really cool things back in the day, and you used to get, like, HeroClix minifigures and stuff like that, and then at some point they started charging for all that stuff, of, like, the HeroClix minifigures, and, not sending out as many, and everything else. Eh.
The only reason I remember HeroClix is because there was this one video on MySpace Video. Yeah, you remember that?
Oh,
when
yeah.
there are a bunch of these like dorks trying to look for the Marvel Zombies HeroClix. All they got were a bunch of heroes they didn't care about.
Oh, yeah. I
They
have
they got
a few
Nightmare.
HeroClix. I liked HeroClix a little bit.
Like they got like entire cases worth of like HeroClix just to look for the Marvel Zombies
Oh, man,
variants.
that fucking serves you right if you do that shit.
They didn't get a single Marvel Zombies HeroClix. They got a bunch of Night Thrashers and Major Victories.
Oh, man. I
Yeah,
feel sorry for him, but if
uh,
you're doing that
boy.
shit, you're a fucking douche.
Like the guy at the end of the video, he had that one box left, and he was like, "I thought it was gonna be Colonel America. It's not. It's Major Victory." He's like sounded like he was about to cry.
A little tired, you say?
And then he had like the other guy just acting like a dumbass, just
Come on.
casually
Come on.
fighting
Come on.
one of the hero clicks off the stands and choose it
Oral.
Fighters.
just to show how much money they wasted. Just to look for one Marvel Zombies hero clicks. Speaking of waste,
Hey, when you were clear,
waste, waste.
Wait.
Speaking of waste of
Oh.
money, how many of you like the Atari Lynx?
No.
Nobody.
Yeah, well, apparently they're gonna be putting out a collection anyway of 6 Atari Lynx games, and it's gonna be coming to Switch. And that is of California Games, Electro Cop, Blue Lightning, Gates of Zendokon, Todd's Adventure and Slime World, Zorlar Mercenary, and that's it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put down who the fuck asked for a sync charger, Alex.
Nobody.
Exactly. Well, like, okay, that's a lie. Atari Lynx is a curious specimen because Atari was trying to be a competitor, and I could see how someone could have been more enamored with that than opposed to the Game Gear or the Game Boy. I mean, a bigger screen, it was lit up. You could literally turn it upside down and play left-handed if you wanted to. If you're a lefty. But fuck, man, those things were huge. Portable? Portable what? Portable brick? No,
What about
wait.
the brick? I'm back. What happened? What about brick?
They called the Game Boy a brick. Nah, man, the Atari Lynx was a cinder block.
Game Boy was not a brick.
They called it the brick for a reason because the original Game Boy was big as fuck. The Atari Lynx, on the other hand,
Oh, the original Game Boy.
Yeah,
I had Game Boy Advance, not.
Oh god damn
Game
it, Luke
Boy.
is down.
But the Atari Lynx, on the other hand, it doesn't matter which model you pick, they're big as fuck. They're bigger than the Game Boy. And that's why I call them cinder blocks. Speaking of bricks, you can now unbrick any Sony PSP.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, someone apparently found out someone found something called a Baron Sweeper, and basically, if you download it to your PSP, thank you. Any model, whether it be original, 3000, Go, Vita, as long as they're bricked, it'll work on them, and it'll unbrick them, no problem. I think that's a good thing because people have been hacking these things for like a long while now. It's no surprise that a lot of them are going to be bricked for one reason or another. You know, adding too many things into it, adding the wrong thing to it. You know, like yeah. I hope more of these kind of programs pops up for other things. You know, like the 3DS. You know, the 360, PS3, because you know people have tried to mod those as well, and they went bricked. So who knows?
Man, more bricks than a Blue Eyes death.
A lost. A lost Persona 3 feature phone game is heading to Switch and Steam in Japan.
Cool.
I do like
Just
Persona 3.
just in Japan.
It's
Wait, is
called
the Aegis spinoff?
It's called Persona 3 Aegis, the first mission.
Yeah,
and
okay. Oh, yeah, it's
okay.
the Aegis spinoff. Pretty cool. Yeah, I know about that one. It's sort
It's
of like
called-
a prequel.
It's called Persona 3 Aegis, the first mission, and it was released back in 2007.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
Aegis little prequel. Yeah, it's like basically like Ike's backstory.
Okay, moving on. Though.
Man, it just reminds me of those Battle Networks mobile games.
Legendary Ocean and U.S. gold artist F. David Thorpe has sadly passed away at age 84.
Oh,
Aw.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's too young, but hey, at least he lived himself a nice long life.
84, man. I'm surprised no one really, asked him about any of this. What's funny is that an outsider looking in, these images look like shit, but he obviously did what he could with the tech he was given. These are really good pictures, really good covers. 84. That's another game legend that's passed away, sadly. Here's another passing, though it's not of a person. The processor used in Pac-Man is being continued 48 years after it launched. And that would be the Zilog Z80 from 1976. So the 8-bit microprocessor is going to end after 48 years, ever since the first Pac-Man game has made its debut. I think that's okay. So stopping production of any kind of product is always a bad idea, but there's always a reason behind it. Lack of funds, lack of material, that kind of thing. How does anybody feel losing something like the processor that made Pac-Man what it was?
Bummed, but not too upset.
Yeah, I mean, like on the one hand, I can definitely see like, hey, it's going out of production, but I'm surprised that it's still in production,
So weird, man. I feel like this is when I color me crazy. I feel like because of this, that officially means that there's no more retro arcades to be had.
Well,
yeah.
Thankfully, most of those have been completely archived,
Right,
Yeah.
but come on, like how awesome would it be if you were able to have an arcade cabinet, not a one-up, but like a legitimate original Pac-Man arcade cabinet. I'd be happy to have I'd be happy to have a table, one of those tabletop ones, the ones where it's like you sit down and like the screen's on the bottom. Like the cocktail tables, there you go. The cocktail cabinets, I think those are pretty cool too. Ugh. And who's to say, someone wants to fuck. Someone wants to make a I don't know, like say like their own arcade, their own arcade game, and they want to make an official cabinet. I mean, at 48 years, that means there's got to be like millions of those things out right about now, but
I'd hope so.
But yeah, but like what happens after 48 more years? How many more of them are there going to be around?
Well, yeah, those things do start breaking down, unfortunately.
Nothing lasts forever.
Nope. There has to be a way back out of here, right? Oh yeah, turns out, for some reason, and I don't know why, but for some reason, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door on the Switch only runs at 30 FPS, when the original on the GameCube ran at 60.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's really weird.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. Like, fucking, that's another thing that happened, and that's been going on with a couple of Switch things, actually, like MGS 2 and 3, both of those run at 30 FPS on Switch, despite running... One runs at 60 on PS2, and the other one runs at 60 on the Xbox 360. Meanwhile, the other one of the Tales games, which was a port of the GameCube version, one of the Tales games runs at 30 FPS on PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Switch, and Xbox One, I believe. But,
Meanwhile, Benjamin, of course, has to keep adding me every single fucking time there is an update
Oh
to
yeah,
this game. And
yeah, he
he's
added me
like,
too about the
Yeah,
localization.
but
I don't want to talk
honestly,
about it.
it's
Can
one
we
of
not
those...
talk about it?
It's one of those... I'm attempting to figure out how the fuck I get back to the save point here without just reloading the fucking game. Can I beat you up? No, I
Talk about
can't.
Akuma now. I need something positive.
Yeah, we can talk about Akuma.
Well, here's something positive. You remember that Japanese arcade that got burnt down? Well, apparently there's a possibility it might rise up again.
Well, like the sun, we were born to rise.
Rising sun.
Or however that Soundgarden song from Avengers goes.
It was actually thanks to a crowdfunding campaign that the guy that lost his arcade due to a fire might actually be able to build it again, because originally it was supposed to be for like, a few $1,000. Now he's gotten back 65,000, and Japanese money, that's 10 million yen. That's a lot. And for some reason, Japanese wrestler Asuka's involved.
Oh, nice. I like
So
her.
yeah, who doesn't? Yeah, let's hope his arcade comes back up, man, because goddamn, is it a shame that of all things to take it down, a random fire that no one even started. Allegedly.
Every time a fire ruined my favorite Japanese company, I'd have 2 nickels. It's a lot, but weird that it happened twice.
And back to sad news. Little Big Planet 3 servers have been taken down offline indefinitely.
Rip.
So now, Little Big Planet 2, Little Big Planet 3.
I fell down the fucking... I fell down this thing earlier. How do I fall?
Little Big Planet Kart Racer and Little Big Planet on Vita are all officially offline. So
Yeah.
unless you're gonna...
They took the servers off for maintenance for Little Big Planet 3, and then all of a sudden, turns out that
that was a lie.
Well, they took them down, figured out that it was going to be more trouble than it was worth for them to get it back up, and so they just decided, fuck it.
Microsoft is keeping a ton of 360 game servers upline, and they're still like updating a lot of those games. What's their excuse?
Yeah, thank fucking God.
Seriously, what's Sony's excuse?
I don't know, man.
Man, now people are going to be hacking their PlayStation 3s and Vitas.
I can't fucking wait. Like, the PS3... Like, I've been waiting for a solid PS3 mod for a long time. But hey, I've got
There's already an emulator out there.
Yeah, I've got the emulator, so...
Waffle Zone is done.
and look, Alex, I get that. And
They don't.
Honestly, to
And
me,
look, Alex,
with the Paper Mario situation, the fucking 30 FPS shit bothers me worse than anything else.
Alex, if that's the game's biggest issue, I think it'll be fine.
No,
no, really, because see the thing.
I said if that's the biggest issue.
That's the biggest
issue. That doesn't mean it's gonna be fine.
Yeah, that's a big technical issue. Like,
that is a huge technical issue. I don't know why you think it's fine.
Yeah, because frankly, I'd say, hey, like that alone makes me think, okay, I'm just gonna emulate the GameCube version then, because it makes it not worth $60 to me, you know?
I'm already getting the game.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
There because-
is like, to me,
because-
it doesn't make it worth $60. So I'm just gonna, I'll just wind up getting the, using Dolphin and emulating it.
Yeah, they're fucking with dialogue, and they're censoring a lot of what was already in there to
'Cause if
begin
you-
with. And now they're
there are
producing-
graphical improvements. Hang on, Gizmo. So I get what you're saying, because like on the one hand, and like the fact that you can play it on the Switch is great. And like being able to play it on the go, having it on that cartridge, and you don't have to worry about disc rot and shit like that. But on the other hand, and like worse performance in messing with the dialogue and fucking around and not actually giving the game him the performance that it had on a far less powerful system. Like, frankly, I'm just not impressed by that. Like, you can,
to your point,
especially when you can emulate the game for free and it performs better. It's like how like I emulated, Metal Gear Solid. Like, I own the the PC version. I own the I own the PS1 and
So what
the
you're telling me, so what
Switch
you're trying
version.
to tell me is that I shouldn't be excited at all for this, and I should just cancel my pre-orders.
They'll take.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, cuz you can get a better experience for free.
Alex, I've already played the game.
Then-
yeah.
on
I know,
this
and
channel.
that basically means that I'd recommend saving your money, wait for like a Black Friday sale, because that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just when I get around to playing it, I'll just play the
I'm going to do what everyone
just
else
play
does,
the,
and do the game
GameCube version on
then
Dolphin.
give it. I'm gonna wait for the game to actually come out, then I'll accept the criticism.
And that's kind of what I'm doing with Stella Blade, I think it's called, the new
Yes.
PS5 game.
because
Him-
every time I
70
have to
fucking
hear
bucks.
this, because every time I have to hear this from Ben's mouth, I'm just like, is there any way I could tape his mouth shut?
Well, I
You know we're
understand.
live.
I understand he's really persistent about it. It's
Yeah,
just
he's
that
really persistent to the point where I just feel like banging my head repeatedly against a wall. All
Okay,
until
well,
there
I
but-
know what
cells
you
that
mean.
acknowledge his existence.
well, here's
are
the
gone.
thing. Here's the thing. It's one of those situations where
I don't care.
Start carrying.
okay, I'm not sure what to say to you then, and because
Look, I'm
well, like,
gonna
you can-
wait for the
when
game
you
to come
can-
out.
when you can get
then
a better experience from an emulator
when-
than you can
it's when
from the
I'm being-
official product.
When I'm being constantly subjected to
guys,
this
guys,
nonsense
guys,
for
the
or
game's not
days
even
on
out yet.
end, and which ends up
I mean, you could-
irritating me. Hey, Alex,
Bro,
Kevin.
either ignore it or acknowledge the changes, man. You can't just
Yeah,
be
you
like,
could start caring.
He does acknowledge changes. He just doesn't care about the changes.
yeah,
Not
that's
that
also
change
another
experience.
problem. Like, why would you not care?
Yeah.
Okay, they changed one bit of dialogue. Okay, but they're changing more, and then changing more. They're changing
game-
more,
Does it
Yeah, and
affect
when
the
the game
story,
doesn't
though?
perform-
Does it affect-
and there's now less good performance on the game. It was 60 frames per second previously
had-
on a GameCube, a fucking GameCube. It was 60 frames per second, and now it's whittled down to 30. Why?
Yeah,
Oh, but it's an
the game's not even
RPG.
out.
Okay, it's an RPG, and that's irrelevant. It could be an Atari game.
Yeah,
Why would,
well,
why
I
would it
remember.
matter?
Hang on. On
Alright.
a side note, wasn't there some game that Ubisoft made run at like 24 FPS?
You would have to remind me.
I can't remember which game it was, but I would have sworn that there was a game that Ubisoft made or EA made or somebody that
About right.
that ran at like 24 FPS because they said it
Sounds
was more
about
cinematic.
right. Cinematic. Yeah,
Again,
okay.
the game's not even out. We can't judge it.
Yes, you can, especially if it's been revealed how many changes there have been from the
Yeah,
original compared to the original. Imagine if Street Fighter 7 were a thing, right? And they're like, okay, we're gonna fully clothe Ryu. Okay, I guess that's fine. I guess I can select his old costume. Oh, but we'll remove his old costume. Okay, okay. Well, I guess I could just get the DLC. There won't be DLC of the old costume. Why? And also, we're gonna make Ken a transsexual, and Chun-Li a robot. Oh, so like part robot? No, just robot.
that you know what? We're starting to get into Street Fighter 2099 territory here.
Can we just move on from this?
Let's talk about Akuma.
Not yet. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, might as well.
Finally. I'll probably just DM Kevin, let him know.
What, did he actually opt out of the call because he refused? No, he's still here.
Nah, he just on mute deafen.
I don't want to hear the problems of my own game.
I don't want to look. I'm gonna wait for it to come out. Then I can accept that
They've
shit.
already
Alright?
they've already exposed the problems it has, and it's not even out. That should be something to be
What?
concerned about.
I can be concerned, but that's just
If
it.
they didn't say anything about the game, period, no dialogue changes, no dropped frames, nothing like that. Okay, I get where you're coming from. Let's wait until the game comes out. But dude, they've already revealed everything from dialogue changes
I
to
understand.
removing dialogue altogether.
Well,
to
some
now-
of the here's the thing: the dialogue is kind of a mixed bag because it's not exactly complete wash in terms of them like relocalizing it or retranslating it. Like the whole some of the script. Oh, hang on. Some of the script has been changed, but some of the script hasn't been changed, and some of the script has been changed to be like more quote unquote problematic, and it's a little bit strange, but frankly, the 30 FPS is the killer for me. Like, it all comes back to that. And people are like, oh, you gotta make hard choices between whether you want to have a, certain things run at 30 FPS and certain things run on a certain way on the Switch and things like that. But it's a friggin' port of it's a 2D game, an enhanced port of a fucking GameCube game. You know? Like, this is like saying that, oh, it's perfectly fine if Resident Evil runs worse on the GameCube because it's a remake of a PS1 game, and I don't know. I'm trying to come up with any point of comparison that I can find here because it's ridiculous.
Yeah, basically any kind of changes basically any kind of changes that have to do with a removal, an unnecessary tweak of
or a
of any
downgrade of the
downgrade.
graphics.
That's going to be a
On a
cause
more
of
powerful
concern,
system.
and eventually that's going to be a cause of concern, and eventually we're going to find out that the game is bad. And if you're still okay with that, then I don't know what to tell you, man. You're encouraging that kind of behavior for gaming.
Yeah.
Because imagine if they're, again, going back to Street Fighter, imagine if Street Fighter 7 were a thing.
Oh, we could literally use Stellar Blade as an example here, because that game was advertised as completely uncensored, and then it came out and
Censored.
a couple of days after the game was released, there was a patch released that censored the actual game. Right?
Not only that, but there was also this controversy. I had posted this up, but there's also a controversy where there was a large piece of graffiti on a brick wall where
that was very strange.
Yeah, it said hard, just hard, and then right beside it there was like fluorescent light of like the letter R, and from far away you could see it's saying hard R. That's obviously not intentional because of the way it looks. That's obviously not intentional, but people are going to meme and say, oh, look, it's saying hard R. Yeah, that's funny. But unfortunately, people are, little whiny bitches and decide to complained about it. Now it says crime R. Now it says crime R, and that's just as
Which
bad.
is funny, because that's technically more offensive.
Yeah, people don't know that until people actually brought it up. Oh, now it says crime R. Yeah, but you do realize what it means, right? No?
Go to the Urban Dictionary, look it up.
Right?
Yeah.
John.
Speaking of piss takes, I gotta take one. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh,
So YouTube is looking into playing ads while people have paused the video. That's you know what? That's just wrong.
Kevin, how's Marie?
Now, can we move on to something?
Oh, we've already moved on. And we were already
Good.
talking about something else.
Good, because I am currently not in the mood for this.
Oh, that's unfortunate, but you know what I'm not in the mood for? YouTube playing ads while I've got the video paused.
Fuck that
That's
noise.
not blocked, so
Ow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so YouTube, let me pull up the actual thing here so that I can see this. From Dexerto, YouTube might roll out ads while videos are paused after recent testing. YouTube started testing pause ads last year, as reported by Adweek. These ads will pop up as banners around the video and can be removed by hitting the dismiss button. Now, here's the thing. That's how it starts. That's how it always starts.
Right.
Remember banner ads on YouTube back in the day? Those are perfectly fine.
Yep.
But then they had fucking pop-up ads.
Yeah, fuck that noise. I don't know why YouTube keeps on doing this. Now it's to the point where they're actually putting fucking...
Unskippable
Yeah.
30-second ads.
Fuck that even
And
more!
sometimes there's two of them. And people keep wondering, people at YouTube keep wondering, hey, why are people using ad block on our website? We're gonna shut you down. This is why.
It's amazing how many people actually don't use ad blocker. I have to keep telling them or ask them, you don't use ad blocker?
Yeah. Well, the FBI had a whole thing on their website. And it's like, this is how you keep safe from online scams and malware and shit like this, is because, you know, you go, you know, you use ad blocker and you don't wind up having such big problems online. And that's partially because sponsored search results are such a big cause of bad bad clicks and things like that. Yeah, malware. You know?
You know it's bad when the FBI has to outright agree how bad this is.
Yeah.
So fucking weird. Yeah, that's what I want to see when I come back from a piss after pausing a 5-minute video, a fucking ad. You realize you're making people pay for ad blocker at this point.
Oh.
Ad blocker has essentially made the internet usable. That's one of the biggest problems with the internet right now. Yeah, because ad blocker was originally just a thing that people used because they wanted to get rid of little annoyances. And then ads kept, and it was kind of a niche-y thing. And then ads kept becoming a bigger and bigger part of the internet, taking up more and more space, more and more of everything that you saw was taken up by ads. And I didn't mind ads back in the day, you know? You could watch an ad and get some free shit in an online game. You could find out about new expansion packs for your favorite video game or your favorite card game through ads on places. But these days, they're just everywhere. YouTube froze. YouTube literally froze when I was trying to watch videos back in the day, and this was like 10 years ago, when I was trying to just trying to watch a video, YouTube would freeze within the first 5 seconds because it'd play, like 10 seconds of the video, the ad would pop up, YouTube would freeze, and then everything would go to hell. That's part of the reason Blip took off so much back in the day for Channel Awesome and people like that. Because Blip was more reliable. Now, well, got 30-second ads. There's big old ad breaks that take up big chunks of the video. Used to be you'd have an ad at the beginning, a pop-up or something, and then, then everything would be good, and,
I'd
thank
rather
you,
take
Rupert
the ad
Murdoch.
break. I'd rather take the ad breaks, honestly, because
Oh, yeah.
some people are able to make it entertaining, like Doug Walker. Like, he's always doing something like original with these ad breaks, like Magic Spoon, where like a spoon is like haunting him, and
yeah, the sponsorships in videos are less annoying than the fucking ads.
That says something.
Because at least sometimes the sponsor breaks are entertaining, and two, at least I know they're still getting paid regardless of whether or not I skip the ad.
Like it's because some of them also try to make it entertaining, like Doug Walker being like an example, like I said before, because like
Spons. Has anybody seen Kid Icarus's Spons?
Yeah, Kid Icarus is also funny. He's got this like kite little motherfucker. Hello, I'm Spons. Just crashing through windows and shit.
Yeah.
That one is funny.
I hope Kid Icarus is doing all right, because he posted some weird shit on Twitter and then disappeared.
What? Did he delete his Twitter?
No, he just hasn't posted anything lately.
He's probably busy with the video.
Kadik. Oh, yeah. He is actually working on some new videos.
Yeah, see?
And he's got a new video done as of a couple of days ago. He's just waiting on some sponsors.
Hello, I'm Spons. Come here.
So, even though our friend is doomed to die after a while of raining,
oh yeah,
the Velvet Room attendant and Margaret tells us that we should totally join a sports club.
Wedding day.
So who cares?
Yeah, it's just Yukiko. Who gives a shit?
Oh yeah, Mufasa the Lion King. More details have been revealed about. Yeah, more details have been revealed about this pile of nonsense. Apparently, Mufasa is the adopted one.
What?
So apparently, Mufasa essentially usurped the throne.
Oh, I hate this.
You know what? Scar now becomes a little bit more justified by hindsight for this one.
Don't make him sympathetic.
Please don't.
This is just stupid.
Why are they making every villain? Dude, not every villain needs to be sympathized with.
Have a reason for why.
Look how many villains they've done that with recently. The fucking the Vulture, Baron Zemo, or fucking
Brother Dwell.
They made the
Baron Zemo got fucked up in a couple of ways. Falcon and the Winter Soldier kind of fucked him up too.
Right, but he still became a terrorist at that point. Like, how the fuck are we supposed to feel sorry for that?
Yeah.
And don't even get me started on the God Killer who went around killing gods because...
Oh, yeah, Gore the God Butcher.
Yeah, why? Dude, I get it. But, like, dude, you're killing gods.
Well, he also killed a big friendly dragon god. So, he's not exactly what I'd call a good guy.
They're not the villain.
By the way,
the worst part was they didn't even explore that, but we kind of talked this to death in our Thor Love and Blunder video we did.
By the way, guys, I ended up having to make friends with Ko Ichijo.
Oh no!
You know he likes balls.
No, I didn't react fast enough.
Balls.
No, Gizmo, you don't understand. He loves them balls.
Balls.
Dude, you gotta stop polishing those balls. Can't help it, man. These balls.
Balls. Balls of steel.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Steel. Balls of steel.
I could be an asshole. I could have been an asshole and just left.
Balls.
Okay,
Balls.
so one thing, one thing this game, one thing that like playthroughs at
Balls.
guides I've seen of this game do is just like save scum to get stats,
I
and I'm like,
I can
I
totally
don't need
understand that.
I don't need to do that since this is New Game Plus and all of my social stats are maxed out.
That's first time players.
Yeah. Now it's 420.
Dude.
We should
Speaking of
keep.
people who look like
We gotta do Michelangelo, man. We gotta sound like Mikey, dude.
You gotta sound like Mikey, dude.
Well, you know what's
Oh man, you gotta sound like baked Michelangelo.
Oh, dude, you gotta sound like big. Oh, speaking of turtles who are high as fuck, I saw a I was on my way home, and it started raining, and it was just pouring down, and this turtle was chilling in the middle of the road right outside my house. So I just stopped my car, put on my flashers, and got out. And I'm like looking at this guy, and he's just chilling. He's like, oh, dude, this is cool, man. And look at all this rain. And I picked him up and I moved him over into the front yard. And he didn't even he didn't even really get back into his shell. And he just looked at me and was like, dude, you're harshing my vibe. Can you put me down? Like legit,
Perhaps
that-
this turtle did not give a shit. He was just like, oh man.
I'm 1,050 years old. I don't give a fuck.
You know, it's not a teenager though. Duck Hunt, because it's now 40 years old.
Oh man. I played
never
that
grew up
game when
with
I was a
Duck Hunt.
kid. Please don't make me feel old.
It came out in April 21st, 1984, and in the U.S. in 1985.
Oh nice.
I never grew up with Duck Hunt, so
Keep in mind, this is the game that started the whole Zapper craze,
Yep.
and I still
about the
can't play it on my
Power
fucking HD TV.
Oh, they have a new one.
What do you mean?
Like there is a new version of the NES Zapper that lets you
Cap.
play it on an LCD TV.
Cap.
Oh, Kevin,
See.
okay.
You have to send me that link because I
God!
love Zapper.
Damn it!
No, thank you.
Kevin,
Well,
Kevin,
You're
how
gonna
do
have
you
to
feel
send
about
me a link to that though, because I love Zapper games. I love light gun games.
what were you saying, Sonic?
Fuck's sake.
How do you feel
So
about
you gotta send me
original
the
characters
link to
do
that.
not steal of Persona 4 Golden?
And now for another
He's
anniversary
painfully
update.
mid.
Another anniversary update.
Fair.
The Game Boy is officially 35 years old.
See, that hurts.
Huh.
Well, would you like me to lie about how one of the most mid waifus in all of Persona history?
Because he is mid.
Is he your mom? Ha ha ha! I'm funny.
Stacy's mom has
It is
got
still
it
be-
going on.
Mid is still better than Yukiko.
Stacy's mom has got it going on.
But is Stacy's mom also Jesse's girl?
Debatable.
The world wishes to know.
You know what? That's up for debate.
Some smartass tried to like try to overanalyze the song in like a comedy in some sort of comedy special where it's like, dude, it's creepy. You're lusting after someone's mom and you want her to be with you. Bro, shut the fuck up.
I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep
Also, I
inside,
kinda
I
need to
hope
adjust it.
you feel it too. Oh, speaking of lust, I'm trying to find a segue here. Spider-Man 2 makes more money at the movie theaters in its re-release than Madam Web does.
Yeah. Suck it.
Let's see.
Dude,
I
it
could
shows you
say-
something. It really tells you something when a lot of these older re-released and re-released and re-released movies are making more bank than a lot of these modern movies.
Yep.
And what's funny is that that's not the only Spider-Man movie that's coming out. And that's not only that.
Spider-Man 3 is coming soon too.
Yeah, and that's not the only movie period that's going to be re-released too. Blazing Saddles is going to be coming out.
Oh yeah. Well, the
Transformers
Spider-Man
from-
films are all being re-released as part of the 100th anniversary of Sony Pictures.
Yeah, fuck you, Sony. You killed
And-
Michael Jack.
And they're but they are putting out the Amazing so Spider-Man 3 is still yet to come out. I believe that's coming this week sometime. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 will be a little while after that. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 will be a little while after that. And then they'll be doing another re-release for Spider-Man Homecoming, Far From Home, and No Way Home. And I have a feeling No Way Home is going to be the biggest grossing out of the entire MCU Spider-Man, for lack of a better word, trilogy.
Yeah, didn't that movie come out like a few years ago or something?
Yep.
Less than that. It's not really a retro-ish movie yet, isn't it?
No, but they are capitalizing on the fact that Spider-Man is literally the only profitable property they have other than Ghostbusters. So,
if they treat it right.
yes.
Fucking like.
That bag
Oh,
robot.
ignore the comments. Yeah, fuck you. We know what that's a reference to.
Yeah.
Oh, and fuck you, David Jaffe, thinking that it was an actual good movie. You got no taste.
Anybody?
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
that's
believe,
why. Maybe that's
I
why.
believe Movie Bob thought it was a good movie.
Anybody who gets lost in that one room in Metroid Dread, it has zero taste whatsoever.
Oh fuck, man! I could not stand his ignorant ass. Like, oh, how are you supposed to know that, bitch? You make games.
He should know that. That's good.
It's
yeah.
called Trial and Error.
It's called Looking for Clues.
Lauren.
You know how every time you play a video game, the only way you know something is interactable is if it's a slightly lighter or darker tinge than the others.
Yeah, David
Like
Jaffe
this-
is why yellow paint exists.
Yeah, well, definitely.
So in case you're
Him
wondering,
and Dean Takahashi.
So in case you guys would probably be wondering, why am I not reading any of the other books I purchased?
I'm not.
Well, that's because I don't have to.
You don't read.
No. What I mean is that I legitimately am, since I'm already legitimately maxed out on all of my social stats, I don't have to read anything except for the ones that give me actual enhancements necessary for side quests.
Wait.
Okay.
Can we talk about Akuma now?
Yes, Akuma's in Street Fighter 6.
Okay. The next one. No, I'm kidding. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Oh my god, he's so buff.
Close your mouth.
If the man couldn't get more swole.
Like, seriously, the man looks like a character from Baki now.
I like that design. Yeah,
I love it.
Very demonic. I like that.
Like his facial demonic and the fact the Raging Demon. Oh god, the Raging Demon. Oh man.
Keep it in your pants.
I'm sorry, I've been waiting for this for a year. I have been waiting. I'm an Akuma main. I've just been waiting for this to come up for a year now, and I'm so happy. I mean, I gotta wait until May 22nd. Oh, it looks so good.
I just, I just want my boy Cody.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I guess Guilty Gear
Oh yeah,
Slayer is
apparently,
announced.
James Gunn posted a, like a deep-faked, rotoscoped video of him,
No. He reposted that because
yeah, he
somebody else had
reposted
already made it that, and it was an
yeah,
AI generated one.
yeah.
And sadly, and keep in mind, James Gunn is supposedly against AI.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say, isn't that something they went on strike for? Or I understand that this is, kind of different because it's, it's for the memes, but,
I guess if it's a
just
meme
tilting my
that
head.
makes, I guess if it's a meme that makes James Gunn look good, then he'll accept it, no matter how no matter if
Nope.
it's made with AI.
Try to relax your anus.
Apparently, some of Harvey Weinstein's rape charges are being overturned
Huh.
due to essentially, the prosecutor essentially tainted the jury by bringing in a bunch of testimony that had nothing to do with the actual charges at hand.
Of course they would.
Yeah, it's the same shit they did with Michael Jackson, which is why, where they
Except
tried
Michael
to, well, yeah, I was gonna say, it's like Michael actually was innocent, and Harvey Weinstein is on fucking tape admitting to this shit, so...
Jerry Seinfeld actually did bring up a good point. Oh, come watch me shower. What's sexy about that? You're watching the guy shower.
Yeah.
You're being watched by a girl seeing you take a shower. What's sexy about that? Like, it's one
Oh
thing
my
if
god!
a girl...
Oh my god,
Like,
I actually beat him, didn't I? Did I? Yes, I
like,
did.
it's one thing...
There we go. Sorry, go ahead.
And
Like, it's one thing if, yeah. Let's move on.
Let's laugh.
Oh yeah, apparently, the new Adeptus Custodes Codex from Warhammer 40k by Games Workshop introduces and then deintroduces a bunch of female custodes.
Which
So,
is a bad movie.
I just have a question. If you want, because this is all in service of the, the female Space Marines, question that's been hovering over, Games Workshop for years now, where people have been demanding, female Space Marines, completely forgetting that the Sisters of Battle and the Sisters of Silence exist. I'm not even that familiar with Warhammer, and I know that. But they introduced some female Adeptus Custodes, and then from what I know, immediately killed them off. That's fun. That's amazing, guys. You got what you wanted. You got
was it worth it?
Was it worth it? And are these going to show up in Henry Cavill's Warhammer TV show that he's working on for Amazon? Spoiler warning, probably not, because Henry is a lore purist and will probably only be introducing stuff from the actual series that matters, but my biggest experience with the Warhammer franchise has been If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device and If the Emperor Had a Podcast, which are some of my favorite pieces. Yeah, some of my favorite pieces of internet media. Very informative about the franchise, and Games Workshop can suck a big fat one for shutting down all those fan projects back in the day.
They can
You
suck a
are
dick.
a heretic.
They can suck a dick right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't resist the,
too.
you are a heretic.
Broken Blade, Masamune lead the mountains. Procure a silver stud and a silver earring. Raise HP. Halves MP usage.
By the way,
Okay. So
know what's
now I
another-
need to go back to the waterfall.
you know, oh, since earlier we were talking about re-releases on Swift, there was also the port of Luigi's Mansion 2 that's coming out on Switch.
Oh, yeah. See, the thing is, that's a port of a 3DS game. I don't think they're going to be able to fuck that up.
I mean, hey, if anything, they could probably incorporate physics from Luigi's Mansion and 3 in there.
Yeah, I was going to say, hey, like I'll jump to get that one, because that's actually, like, I have a friend I don't know if he's still around online anymore, but I had a friend back in the day who was obsessed with Luigi's Mansion, like it was his favorite GameCube game. And like he bought the fucking Japanese version of Luigi's Mansion 2 so that he could play it ahead of time. I'm like dude was fucking all in on that shit. And like he was so psyched when he heard about Luigi's Mansion 2 and Luigi's Mansion 3, and I'm just waiting. There we go. Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3, and yeah. So I like this is kind of cool. I have a funny Luigi's Mansion story aside from that. I picked up a copy of Luigi's Mansion at the local Goodwill for 50 cents.
The original GameCube version.
The original GameCube version, yes.
And look, I will agree that the 3DS version of that game was royally botched up.
Oh yeah, that's one of those cases where her you know, they made some unfortunate compromises in the process of creating it. Because like Snake Eater 3D has some really nice upgraded controls in some way.
Want to know the weird thing about MGS
Oh my god.
as 3DS?
What I found.
So-
Just spoiled Captain America 4.
Okay, I'm pulling this up here. This looks like some fucking like legitimately this looks like some fucking bootleg ass shit. Like that's the Vulture. You can't lie to me. That's the fucking Vulture. So I'm just gonna pull this up here. There we go. Look at this, everybody. Captain America: Brave New World coming soon. And here we have Captain Falcon over here with a suit that's somehow worse looking than the one from Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I will not stop calling it that. And then here we have knockoff Vulture? Question mark. Does Sam Wilson really need a knockoff version of himself to be his sidekick?
Apparently.
And then, yeah, and then he's got like a really lame version. Like, he looks like U.S. Agent. And you know, I liked John Walker, but I have a feeling that they weren't really intending for us to.
A lot of people hated John Walker, supposedly. And I'm like, I don't get the hate.
Right. John Walker. They hated John Walker for flying off the deep end and for a terrorist killing his best friend. Now, I don't know if you've met a little guy from Brooklyn named Captain Stephen G. Rogers, but he basically overthrew an entire government when his best friend and quote-unquote died. And then, when he found out that a different group had enslaved his the same group but different, had enslaved his best friend, and was planning on killing a bunch more of his buddies. Oh, well, he dropped 3 helicarriers on the fucking Triskelion.
Yeah.
Steve Rogers didn't fuck around. He was your icon. He was the man, and you built a franchise around. No. And you're given...
Steve Rogers... No, Alex. Steve Rogers was the kind of guy whom you would find out very quickly from if you fucked around.
Yeah. And then they give John Walker shit for taking up the mantle like that. And then interesting. And then go down another path here, and it turns out that apparently he it's all right for Rogue to murk a guy for similar matters. Are you okay, Gizmo?
I mean, to be fair, he wanted to die.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, we can hear you. I'm just asking if you're okay, because you're.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair for Rogue,
Oh.
he wanted to die.
No.
Oh.
I'm not saying. Gizmo, can you not?
Oh yeah,
hear
right.
us?
Spoilers, right?
There you go.
Gizmo?
Yeah, you know.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not saying.
Before
I'm not saying it was a bad
Alex,
decision. I'm just saying it was the same.
Before you go on, I need to tell you something. We're about to help this little girl overcome her self-esteem issues.
Are we going to
Really?
destroy the concept of self-esteem once and for all? If nobody has self-esteem, nobody has self-esteem issues.
The
No.
solution.
Darn.
Oh, don't be sorry. Hey, young Kohai. I will be your senpai.
I don't like pie.
What?
What?
Anyways,
Oh
yeah.
I don't know.
Apparently, what am I thinking of? Something is going into reshoots I just saw. Deadpool and Wolverine is going into a certain amount of reshoots, although these days you're never really sure if reshoots means actual reshoots, like they've changed the script, or if reshoots means, like, just additional photography. Because right now, it could just mean additional photography. Because, you gotta remember, Deadpool 3 was shot in the middle of the pandemic. And, well, not the pandemic, the fucking writer's strike. God damn it. Yeah. There's too much bullshit. Kevin, there's too much bullshit. I need help. I need help shoveling all of the bullshit.
Sorry, I had to mute quite a bit of the bullshit earlier.
Bushy.
No, I'm talking about yeah. So, Deadpool and Wolverine is apparently going into some additional photography, but there's no word on whether that's like reshoots of them changing the script, or if that's like they've changed the script and they're attempting to like change the story, or if it's just additional photography to make up for shit they couldn't shoot during the strike. So, there may be cause to worry. There may also not be cause to worry. Frankly, Ryan Reynolds is a good enough producer and has a deft enough hand on the wheel for these things that I'm not too concerned. But if Deadpool 3 doesn't do good, the MCU is fucked.
Yeah.
I get the feeling
like that.
That'll be like the most meteoric fall from grace imaginable. Because the MCU was on top of it.
It's like what Deadpool said. He's Marvel Jesus, and if he doesn't fix the series, then no great.
Yep.
Don't worry, Chie. We're going to save Worst
That's
Girl.
okay. So I guess talk about fighting games.
I have an open poll of of the supervillains that you can think of, who is gayer for their arch nemesis?
Okay,
First
Like, we're
Class.
talking about same-sex supervillain and superhero arch nemesis here. And yes, Spider-Man and then Superman both technically have multiple arch nemesis, so you can just pick one. Batman kind of has multiple as well, so just pick
But
one.
nobody is gay. But nobody is gayer for Batman than the Joker.
Yeah, that's fair. Gizmo, who do you vote as the gayest, as the supervillain who's gayest for his arch nemesis, or their arch nemesis? Because you could also pick female arch nemesis, female on female arch nemesis. Gizmo?
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah, who do you pick?
Huh.
Like, who's gayer for their arch nemesis in terms of comic book supervillains?
Mm.
Do you want me to give you some suggestions? So I'm taking this from a Twitter post from somebody named @YakHan on Twitter. And the first one up is Two-Face.
I'm done with Harvey and Scary Face.
And next up would be Tigress.
Which one?
Two-Face from Batman, and actually no, this is Cheetah. So Cheetah. And next up is Sinestro.
How is Sinestro gay for either Hal or Jon Stewart?
That's a perfectly valid question. And Sinestro is, I can say that I'd think that Sinestro would essentially like fuck anybody to get ahead, but I don't. He's a bit too crafty and cunning to wanna bang either of his arch nemesis.
So, quick question. Going back on fighting games, how do y'all feel about that? I don't know if anyone cares about Hunter x Hunter. How do y'all feel about that fighting game?
How do I feel about fighting games?
Hunter x Hunter fighting game.
It looks like shit.
I have
Yeah.
not seen the Hunter x Hunter fighting
guess-
game, and I don't
and guess
really
what?
care.
But and guess what? MHA1's Justice still looks way better. Hell,
Oh, yeah.
and guess what? Dragon Ball Fighters has yet to
Oh,
be
yeah.
dethroned from best 3-on-3 fighter, or in anime.
Hmm.
Yeah, it looks rough.
On the one hand,
Why
I
is that game-
lose 2 attack and 2 strength,
On the other
but
hand,
I also
monkeys,
get an additional 70-something HP from this.
Honestly, I'm worried because we might get a Marvel's Infinite situation. 'Cause, I mean, yeah. Now in the gameplay kind of looks a bit lacking. Make sure. They're all
all right.
prequels.
All right, so now on April 27th, we go into town and we gather supplies. We ready ourselves to save worst girl in all of Persona 4.
Apparently,
Notably,
Jerry Seinfeld has gotten on the extreme left's nerves recently for his statements about woke comedy. But what he's said about it recently is no less true than what he's said about it before. And now people are saying. So the full quote is, "It used to be you would go home at the end of the day. Most people would go, oh, Cheers is on. Oh, MASH is on. Oh, Mary Tyler Moore is on. All in the Family is on. You just expected there'll be some funny stuff we can watch on TV tonight. Well, guess what? Where is it? This is the result of the extreme left and PC crap and people worrying so much about offending other people. Comedy fans are now going to see stand-up comics because we are not policed by anyone. The audience polices us. We know when we're off track. We know instantly, and we adjust to it instantly. But when you write a script and it goes on into 4 or 5 different hands, committees, groups, here's our thought about this joke, well, there's the end of your comedy. And he's right. Like, there's a lot of shitty sitcoms out there. I like to call them shitcoms, where here the jokes just aren't funny because they're not trying to offend anybody, and then they wind up offending people anyways.
Isn't funny.
Yeah. And,
Not
let's see
funny.
here. So we gotta go back and talk to Froggy. Froggy?
All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the castle and save Yukiko after spending enough time.
Okay, we gotta go to
Social
Tada's
linking.
house. And, people are saying, oh, hang on. Tada's house, there we go. And, somebody on Twitter here says, at Nordinary Cowboy says, complaining about left-leaning TV comedy and then naming MASH the Mary Tyler Moore Show and All in the Family examples of the good old days without a hint of self-awareness or irony. It either has to be a bit or he's never watched any of those shows. So, here's the thing. And then Ken Scott at Foomper in the comments says, yeah, I didn't get that either. Those shows offended no one, but even if they were edgy, why do so many people think it wouldn't be done today? We live in the era of no rules anymore. 2.5 Men routinely talked about anal sex. Okay, so let's go ahead and break this down briefly. So, he's saying that they're funny, and that they wouldn't get made today because people are talking about how, people are sawing off, sanding down on all of the, people are sanding down on all of the hard edges that might offend people and might rile up an internet mob, and sending things, like, for fuck's sake, have you ever watched MASH? MASH had a bunch of off-color or humor, or people, like, there were a lot of jokes made at the expense of all kinds of people, and I mean, fuck, I mean, I don't want to know who'd get offended by calling Frank Burns fucking ferret face, Like, the fact, some of the punchlines were that the racism was bad, but people get offended by that shit these days, too. Like, come on, man. And people can get offended at the weirdest possible shit. And it's like, the punchline can be racism bad, and people still get offended by it. And I don't get that. Like, one of the things that, so, there's so Major Charles Winchester. Charles Emerson Winchester III, I believe is his name. Fantastic character, or played by, God, I can't remember his name. Charles Emerson Winchester. I'm just gonna look up his name real quick. David Ogden Stiers. Played by David Ogden Stiers. Absolutely fantastic actor. And, Melchior. One of the jokes that he made was that, his sister was engaged. I believe his sister was engaged to an Italian man. And he made he went on this big tirade about how bad Italians are, and then he said the only thing that could be worse is if she married an Irishman. And that's funny. My family's Irish. Like, I mean, my family's a fucking mess, because this is America, and everybody's everybody's got everybody's got ancestors from all over the place. I've got Native American.
I've also got some Slav. I'm Slav.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got.
I think it's probably from my mom's side.
Yeah. I've got I've got Native American. I've got Irish. All kinds of stuff in my background.
and
But I find
it's
that funny. And people bitch about how, like, racial humor all the time. People try to cancel Dave Chappelle for racial humor. Or some of the, like, hell, the blind guy. The blind racist man. And you remember, anybody remember that guy from the Chappelle show?
so essentially if you try to get on the blind racist guy, you come off as a bad guy because
He's a,
you're
well, the
beating up a
character,
blind guy.
yeah, because the character was a white supremacist.
Yeah.
But he was also
Yeah, but-
blind and black, and that was the joke. And people got on Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Well, people get on Dave Chappelle for all kinds of shit these days. Is people got all over Dave Chappelle's ass for that, and still do every now and again. But hell, people got on Robert Downey Jr. for Tropic Thunder, or that comes back every now and again. And in the whole,
Listen,
It was a fucking joke. That was the joke.
that
of
was
the
the
movie.
that was the whole joke. The joke was that it was very stupid. Look at the
Yeah, even
lengths.
the movie-
Look at the
maybe-
lengths these pretentious actors will go to for their craft. You know,
Oh my
you know, that kind of shit.
God.
And you know, just that's the whole thing. That's what Seinfeld's talking about.
I'd be like, uh-oh,
And,
retard alert, retard alert.
And to simultaneously get on Jerry Seinfeld for saying that, you know, these days you couldn't make something as funny as like All in the Family. Hey, the thing is, you really couldn't make something like All in the Family these days, because even though Archie Bunker was the brunt, you know, took the brunt of some of the humor, or the fact of the matter was that he was also, he was also kind of a grounding force, and people liked him. The whole this thing is actually making funny, the whole this thing is actually making fun of you thing, and like, people kind of gotta stop saying shit like that.
Oh yeah, you can go too.
Because ultimately, at the end of the day, people wind up adopting some of this stuff because of, because they see themselves in these characters, and it doesn't matter if it's supposed to be taking the piss out of them or not. Let's see, gotta go to the year 1000 and find myself Melchior.
Where's the
Anyway.
real Yukiko? Oh, the real Yukiko. Will the real Yukiko please stand up? Please stand up.
I gotta go back to Truce Canyon. And I remember somebody, I think it was Sam Cedar, saying, boo-hoo, Jerry Seinfeld never told an interesting joke in his life. Then for people to go on to say, hey, like, oh, this stuff wasn't edgy, this stuff was super safe, you know? And this is... Okay, not one of those can be true.
Not both.
But part of the thing is, the reason why stuff like Mary Tyler Moore, stuff like All in the Family, etc., was able to be as successful as it was because it was pushing boundaries, because it was not afraid to push the envelope. And if, these days there's a lot of shows out there that are really afraid to push the envelope, really afraid to push any buttons because they think that they're going to be canceled for doing something like that. And unfortunately, unfortunately, they are somewhat correct about that. And part of the problem is that a lot of people aren't standing up to cancel mobs and cancel culture and things like that. But another thing is that unfortunately the cancel mobs have the reins of certain things,
Because of course they do.
And people involved are, like, executives are terrified of having bad, they're unfortunately having bad publicity. Terrified of having bad publicity. Now,
Ow.
see here. Dina?
I think it's about
Yeah?
time that we. I think it's he's. Okay, there you go. Sorry.
There we go.
You say? Excuse me. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Are you excused?
Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? No. Oh,
I think it's about time we head over to the comic book universe battles database. This is a little segment where we go into the magnetic ferrets character database. We look at creatures, characters, villains, heroes, anti-heroes, and so on and so forth. And first one to come up, and during a tournament, no less. Let's see who we got here.
Why is your name engraved on the Masamune? Are you perhaps older than you look, or are you perhaps a time traveler?
All right, from bottom to top, Jackson Storm from Cars on the Road.
What?
The Cars show. Don't ask.
Oh.
Abigail from Abigail.
Huh.
Cooper Howard, the ghoul from the Fallout TV show.
Okay.
Supreme from
Longer
Maximum.
ago than you can imagine.
Supreme from Maximum Supreme.
Time to get back to the past, Samurai Jack.
Ed from Street Fighter V. Mama Odie from The Princess and the Frog.
Okay.
An odd one.
Pickle from Baki the Grappler.
Oh, pickle.
Bug Pit from King Kong 2005.
Huh.
The Vindicator from Marvel Comics. Amelia Vaught from Marvel Comics.
But
Waldstein
bought from Marvel Comics.
Yeah,
Huh.
not that Vaught. Waldstein from Under Night in Birth. It's not giving
Waldstein is a really big motherfucker.
Matera from
Wow.
Matera from Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising.
He's also a grappler.
And lastly, Mutagen Man from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, vote. Or what? Fuck it, I don't know. Oh,
Vagina.
her name is Mistress. From the X-Men.
Well, I'm about to perform a piss tris. I'll be right back.
And for the record, Alex, though I do feel bad for leaving you guys briefly, I was not all that and interested in continuing conversation that wasn't going to go anywhere on my end.
I can kind of understand that. I'm just trying to figure out where the fuck I'm going.
And for some people, in case you're wondering why I bought a
Hecarim
whole bunch
Cave.
of ball lightnings,
Welcome to the Hecarim Cave.
things that there's a chance I can encounter a rare enemy.
With the hand.
And yeah,
Also Gizmo, huh?
a 55. Fuck. The fucking birds, man.
Bird up. Okay, you're
Okay,
back.
here we
Goody.
go. Hold on, give me a minute. Yeah, my bad. Hold on.
You good?
Should be. There we go.
You good, Gizmo?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm good now. Former Wikipedia CEO calls truth a distraction.
Truth Social?
No, just the truth.
Oh God, I hear.
Okay,
chains
hang
rattling.
on.
The moment I hear chains rattling, I'm like,
Wikipedia
yeah,
CEO.
that's a lot of nope.
Try to relax your anus.
I can't
Oh, you're
relax
not.
my. I cannot relax my anus until I have the persona that gives me a Hasotobe,
Are you
or
not
rather, you.
gonna fight the Reaper?
I will. I will be fighting the Reaper, but much later
Seasons
down the
don't
line,
fear the reaper.
because let me
To the
explain
wind
to
and the
you guys
sun
how
or
the
the
Reaper works.
rains.
No.
In the original Persona 4 release, means the Reaper would only be a New Game Plus enemy. However, in Persona 4 Golden, and the developers decided, you know what, let's make him a regular or enemy that you could fight in the game, because as the developers over at Atlas are full of infinite levels of wisdom, as his Persona 3 Reload its development will show you.
I mean, to be fair, not like. Wait, I forget. Can you get out of the chest? Like, can he chase you in Persona
You
4
have
like you did in 3?
Here's the thing. After you open about 20 treasure chests in the dungeon and that you are in, the Reaper will appear in a random chest that you can open. And the only way to reset this is if you have rather is if you get the is if you go find in another chest that the Reaper isn't in. Because if you get
Yeah,
that
but
message that I just got where you feel a powerful, intense force inside of the treasure chest, that is the clear sign that you're going to be fighting the Reaper. And the Reaper is a whole load of bullshit that you do not want to deal with.
he's two twin
We're
revolvers.
outnumbered, even though we beat them handily in the last fight. Oh my god,
Does nobody care about the truth?
It's blonde muscle mommy.
Okay, so I guess we're not going to talk about that.
Oh, I mean,
About what?
that's just
About
self-evidently fucking retarded. Does she
Okay.
have an explanation as to why?
Let's see right here. She says that perhaps for our most tricky disagreements, seeking the truth and seeking to convince others of the truth might not be the right place to start. In fact, our reverence for the truth might be a distraction that's getting in the way of fighting common ground and getting things done. She's talking about that about Wikipedia. Don't you want to know the truth instead of just a disagreement?
That's fucking stupid.
You know, the funny thing, you mentioned the truth, and the funny thing is that is part of the game that I'm playing.
You know, I'm call me crazy. I'm a little bit partial to the truth. I also happen to be a big fan of justice and the American way, but you know, that's beside the point at the moment.
That's funny.
Well, you can't say that nowadays because, you know, it's an American to be American. Like, I don't get it. Like, fuck. Like, who? If someone says I fucked your mom, you want to know if that's true or not. You want to know if he forced himself on her. You want to know if it was consensual. You want to know if it's been happening for a while. You want to know if it was
You want to know
just
if
a
he's just
joke.
flat out fucking lying.
Yeah, you want to know if he's lying. You want to know if he's joking. You want to know how much of it was a joke. That kind of shit. You don't want to be like, I fucked your mom. Okay, I disagree. No, there is no agree or disagree. It's either he's telling the truth or he's not.
Yeah.
Like who the hell hired her to be the CEO of Wikipedia of all things?
Well, thankfully, she is the former CEO of Wikipedia.
Yeah, the fact is, it doesn't change the fact that she was part of Wikipedia to begin with.
No, yeah, no, I gotcha.
Oh, who says this shit? Oh, speaking of stupid shit, Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah, they essentially decided to make the entire her avatar system worse.
They made gender meaningless.
Yeah.
Because of course they did.
I don't play Pokemon Go anymore. Well, I've never played Pokemon Go, but you know.
I've always played Pokemon Go. It was always a good game. But here's the thing though. Why do they need to fuck up? Why do they have the need to fuck up something that was never broken to begin with?
Gizmo, you should know by now the answer to this question. The answer is obvious. Is these people the thing?
Because they're fucking stupid.
Yep.
Oh, you know what's funny? You could actually look up the person who was in charge. You're not going to be surprised how she looks.
SJW?
Yeah, complete SJW look. The big glasses, the nose ring, the colored hair, the half-shaved head.
Wish I could say I was surprised.
Moving on. Transformers 1, the trailer for the trailer for Transformers 1 was released. I'm a little mad.
And I genuinely hate it.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Try to relax your anus.
They somehow managed to make Michael Bay's Transformers look good. Except for maybe 4 and 5.
Which one?
Like making Transformers 2 look good, that is still also up in the air. So
It's
maybe
like a buddy cop show or a buddy cop movie with Optimus and Megatron, which sounds like a great idea, but the movie looks like garbage.
But here's the thing, though.
The
origin of Megatron and Optimus.
Yeah, people forget that Megatron wasn't always a bad guy. Not like that.
No. I understand.
You know that.
What I have a problem with is that they are treating this like, how do I put?
They're treating it like it's an MCU movie.
This, okay, I got it.
Comedy movie,
bro. You know how Xavier and Magneto they have a complicated relationship. They're friends, and yet they have to constantly fight each other over like an ideal they agree with, but not the execution. That kind of thing. Yeah. I feel like they're going for that route, except just cut the whole thing in half. Like, okay, they just constantly fight with each other. They only heard that part. Oh, okay, so they're best friends who always get on each other's nerves. No. But no, here's the thing. They have conflicting ideals. Oh yeah, I get it, man. Yeah, they're buddies. They can't always agree to everything. No, they're not buddies. No, you
this
don't
is not
understand.
Tango and Cash.
Buddies. Yeah, that's why I feel like I feel like that's how the conversation went. So that's what he went with when he heard that Optimus and Megatron weren't always the way they were. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. It's a lot more complicated than that. Yada yada yada. It's like, oh, okay.
I mean, my issue with
I get it. No, you don't. So they were this. No, that's half of it. That's all I feel like the conversation went when making this movie. He only got half of it right. The rest of it, it's like he's just throwing shit at the wall. This feels like another movie entirely. This feels like, I don't know, Lethal Weapon, the animated series, or Tango and Cash, the CG movie.
Man, Okay, hang on. So
That's
Lethal
what I feel, 'cause,
Weapon
dude,
didn't.
Megatron.
Lethal
It's
Weapon
one thing
had
if
a TV show.
No, we don't speak of that. Fuck that. Fuck that noise.
It's really bad.
They got the guy from My Wife and Kids to play as Murtaugh. You could go fuck yourself, CW, or
The
whoever the fuck was in
fucking
charge.
CBS. The fucking facial hair on that guy.
And dude, his voice, his look, man, it's not Murtaugh, especially his voice. You know,
Cable's doing something.
Fucking Riggs.
the
man.
entire time
And they
I'm
fucked
hearing
up
his voice.
both of them.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. I'm telling you, get on the ground. All I hear is Major Pain. All I hear is Major Pain. Here, it's the same. Dude, they got Optimus Prime down, kinda. Like if he was young. No, Batman, no, Batman. I get Optimus Prime might have been something like this if he was younger, because we never saw his younger self. We only know him as he is today, because we forget that he's
we have seen younger Optimus as in, like, you know, the version before he was Optimus.
Yeah.
Younger-ish, but never younger. Not like this. We never seen him young like this. This almost feels like his early college years or his late high school years. That's what it feels like to me. You know, he's like laid back. Chris Hemsworth actually pulls off.
Yeah, credit where it's due. He's not doing that bad of a voice. I wouldn't have thought.
He's not. But Megatron, man, he's acting like a bratty ex-girlfriend.
He's got a giant stick up his ass.
No, but that's the thing. Megatron doesn't. He enjoys everything he's done. But here it looked. What is this?
Look, here's my problem with the thing. I don't mind if this is go back, like a little backstory, but Optimus and Megatron's, backstory. The thing is, though, it's in a comedic sense.
The funny thing is, it's Brian Tyree Henry playing him, and I wouldn't have thought twice about him playing him, because he's got a good voice.
I don't mind the actors. I don't mind the concept. It's the fact that they're making this like a comedy buddy cop thing for like Optimus and Megatron's backstory.
Tron.
Yeah, that. Like, this is like supposed to be like like a freakish like the war of Cybertron and how the Decepticons and Autobots became who they are and so on and so forth. And they're gonna make a joke out of it. That's just odd.
No, I don't see it as odd, but the thing is, if it was any other Decepticon or Autobot, it made more sense. Like Optimus and Bumblebee, or Optimus and Starscream, like because Starscream is something.
That would be, that'd be great. Because if Optimus and Starscream had to team up, Optimus would be like the disappointed father figure, or
like the supportive brother that sees the good in him.
Fair enough, but this is
just Starscream in it. It's like Starscream, him is like the loose cannon, and who's always flying off the handle, and Optimus has to like pull him back down to earth. No pun intended.
Also, can we they didn't have their vehicle forms up until they went to Earth. Not these designs.
Yeah.
These designs are just outright truck, race car, and pickup and tank. It's like, dude, no, they didn't have these forms.
Like, let me think about
like they had a tank form, they had a car form, but not like that.
Like, here's the thing. Let me think of like a better example. X-Men vs. Class. Like, we all remember X-Men vs. Class.
Yeah, that was actually a good one. Why couldn't they just make an X-Men First Class variant of this?
Yeah,
because then they'd be accused of ripping off X-Men First Class, and then
the thing is that they would actually be somewhat justified in that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me
copy.
Finish.
But no.
Copy well. Change what you need to. Make more good things. Don't just try to make things that are original.
I haven't finished. Okay, here's the thing. I'm talking about the tone, like make it like the tone of like X-Men First Class in a way. Like, sure, yeah, you can have some jokes in a way because remember, we all remember that one joke with Wolverine, in the bar. But like, you can have
I
but like
gotta
take it
find
a
a
little
Yoko.
seriously, you know. Like this is like all good jokes and all quips so far from just a trailer. Like,
Yeah,
like
and it feels
I
like
wanted to like that's the kind of tone I wanted from this. I'm talking about the tone, like X-Men First Class
yeah, and
tone.
unfortunately, this movie feels like
Ha
it's
ha,
just
funny robots, funny
That would have
cops,
worked
rush
again.
hour or rush hour. Yeah,
And
it feels
again,
like
that would
rush
have worked.
hour.
Again, that would have worked if it was any other Autobot or Decepticon, Starscream or Bumblebee. But
Yeah, I
Megatron,
know
I
that
don't see it.
You
you're
know what?
right. You're
Starscream and
100.
Bumblebee
Like
having
this
to
feels more
team
like a fan.
up to
Okay, no, I'm
do.
not gonna say. I mean,
Here's
they've
the
done it
thing, though,
before.
Gizmo. You're right.
Well,
Gizmo, you are 100% right. I'm saying you are 100% right. If it was any other Autobot Decepticon, sure, I wouldn't mind. But this is Optimus and this Megatron,
and
as
they're
well as
they're also clearly
essentially
using
the
the original Transformers too. This ain't like some sort of weird ass like variation of the Transformers, like Beast Wars Transformers
yeah, for like
or like Transformers in space or what have you, whatever weird ass variant of Transformers there is. These are specifically the originals. You can tell from just the colors of Optimus Prime, the design of Optimus Prime and Megatron, the design of their headpieces,
yeah,
everything. This is supposed to
and
be the
besides,
original.
it's gonna be very jarring for like this movie to like end with like the war of Cybertron, like this kind of tone. Like it's gonna
Here's
seem a bit jarring.
You know what?
here's my
How
thing
do we
though.
go?
I'd be all right with it being that kind of jarring, where it's just straight up. It's like a funny, haha children's comedy film, and then it ends with like just full on like Transformers genocide, and then like let's have a
I
new
mean, here's the
generation
thing, though.
relive the
I am
trauma
willing to give it a chance. I'm willing to give it a chance,
that
but
we
as
did
of
when we
right
were
now,
kids.
from first, first watching of the trailer, that's all I'm saying. It seems to me like
Here's my thing though. I think this is still going to be successful
I mean,
because
yeah, no duh, it's a Transformers movie.
It's Transformers at the end of the day. But here's the other thing. Let's pretend none of us know what Transformers are. We only know about it by name and from what we've learned from just looking. Never mind commercials, never mind the games, never mind the comics, just looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many of us would say that this looks cool without knowing what Transformers actually is?
It would
Yeah,
look
good
cool because the
question.
thing though, I showed it to my little brother
considering
actually, who
considering I
did not
watch
know.
what considering the mecha series I have actually consumed, Gizmo, I would be like, this is lame.
No,
Here's
but
the thing though.
what I'm saying is that how if you didn't
Let me
know
finish.
anything about
I actually
Transformers
did.
except by name, how this would this still look cool to you? Forget everything. Pretend you don't know
No.
anything. Cap.
Okay, here's the thing though. I did show this to my little brother who knew nothing about Transformers. He said it looked cool. I mean, then again, he is a little kid, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from, Gizmo.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying because to a Transformers fan, no matter how small or big, this one's gonna look really odd.
Yeah,
It's gonna
we're
make you
Transformers
skeptical.
fans.
Some people, it's gonna look like complete shit. Yeah, but like to a guy outside of Transformers, only knows about it because my dad talks about it, or I've seen it around. It's gonna look really amazing. It's gonna look cool. It's gonna look awesome because
Like
it
if you
does look
don't know the context, then
yeah, and it
sure.
does look kind of cool. It does look kind of awesome, especially with like how far we've come when it comes to animated films. They could have done this a long time ago, this kind of animation style, but Michael Bay.
Like
They was on
seems
the
like
roll
I
with his
said,
movies,
as
so
I
there's a
said
reason why they
before with
couldn't.
the tone. With the tone. It feels like a buddy cop rush hour like film. Who knows? Then again, this is just the first trailer. Who knows? Maybe there might be something to change. Who knows?
This could be like a Mortal Kombat incident where it's like they made a lot, they had to sacrifice a lot of things just to make a good movie. No blood, no gore. They changed some actors, they changed some ethnicities, but at the end of the day, it's still cool to the point
Well,
where it's grained into pop culture. You know, like the music, the references, the fact that Kano went from Japanese American to Australian. They actually got the Shang Tsung actor to reprise his role as Shang Tsung in 11 onwards. For all we know,
No.
dude, dude, you
no.
know exactly what I mean. He was Shang Tsung in 11, then he was
And then
Shang Tsung 1.
no, it wasn't. Hirohiro Kitagawa did not reprise Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat 1. That was somebody else.
Okay, regardless, you know what I mean. You should know what I mean.
Yeah,
It's so ingrained in
we
pop
got
culture.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
we got it.
yeah. So for all we know, it could be one of those moments. All we have to do is wait and see. Hopefully, there's another trailer that'll make it look better. Hopefully, the movie itself will be better too.
Like I said, we can't fully judge it until it's all we can
Well,
do
we
is
haven't
just
heard anything. We haven't heard anything about the movie except for the trailer. We haven't heard
like
anything
I
like,
said, we
"Oh, we're
can still
making our."
judge it, but not
Well, well,
fully.
well, you say that, but the thing is, we've only
At least
seen the
for
trailer,
me.
and
At
that's
least
it.
for my
That
opinion.
makes sense to say. It makes sense. It makes sense to say it because there's only the trailer to go off of. We should wait until the movie comes out. Yeah, I get that, but like, it's different from like, let's say, a game that is revealed to have this and that, took away this and that. It's going to have this and that. It won't have this.
Again, let's not say
That's
when
why
it's
I
over.
agree. That's why I agree with you on this. You know, yeah, let's wait until this comes out because this is all we have to go off of. Just the trailer, only the trailer. That let's wait, and
Well, okay then.
let's hope this movie's good. And speaking of good, All Out TV show. It's officially been renewed for a second season.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
I'd complain
Yeah.
more about the continuity issues, but frankly, Bethesda's been having continuity issues with Fallout for a while now. Oh,
Bethesda's
so.
been having problems. Period. Honestly, though, I think it adds to the charm.
Well, they
Just
also
like how
wound up patching the damn show after release, which is hilarious.
patching the show.
They patched the show.
Oh,
Never
patching the
imagined a
show.
TV show would have to be patched.
Apparently,
So, who got
Stranger
buffed
Things
and who
got
got
patched
nerfed?
as well.
Oh God, why? What happened?
Some of the visual effects was not finished, apparently.
So who got patched and who got nerfed?
Ugh. I just hope that season 2 is it becomes just as good, if not better, than season 1. Whatever they them shit that they claim was in there, I didn't see it, or if it was very very minuscule, which I think it was played right because there's too many where it's like it's they them, I am they them, it's they them, but they them, and then they act like, oh, but it's not a big deal. Yeah, but they want it to make it a big deal. Why do you think they made it that way? But in Fallout, it's like where is it? If it there, it's there. I didn't even notice. It's like that. If it's like that, then it's really not a big deal. It is a big deal though. The Vault Dweller didn't grab that fucking bobblehead. You stupid bitch. No, I'm kidding. Uh, I the first show was really good. I love all the references and all the unintentional possible references, like when the ghoul starts shooting everyone with no problem whatsoever, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm tired," and starts eating something. I feel like that was like an unintentional reference to like the VAT system. Like all that's missing is like the mysterious stranger joining in. They had the NCR. They had the paladins. They had a Yao Guai. Like, damn, that Yao Guai actually looks pretty good for a TV show. I hope that when they eventually get to New Vegas, which they clearly showed at the end of season 1, spoilers, they do it justice and not do it like they did in the actual game, where it's like, oh, you arrived at New Vegas. You're gonna see a lot of there's gonna be a lot of casinos. There's gonna be a lot of strippers. There's gonna be a lot of drinking. There's gonna be a lot of famous explorers. No, it's like, okay, you got this cloud trap looking fucker, and there's cards. Oh, and there's Chandler from Friends. You get to kill him. No, I don't want that. No, make it full on Vegas, post apocalyptic Vegas. That's what I want to see. Anyone else?
Not really.
Out. Oh, more news. The Amazing Digital Circus is going to get an episode 2, and it's premiering next month.
That's sweet. I guess I don't know. They finally made that sequel to Sonic Robot Blast 2 part.
What?
That Sonic Kart Racer apparently got its sequel finally.
Yeah, it did. Apparently, they used the Doom engine to make the racer.
Yeah, apparently they finally made the second two pass.
It's hilarious from what I've seen.
Oh yeah, it's great. I'm playing it right now. It's actually pretty good.
Cool.
I mean, I won't. Yeah, apparently they altered racing.
No.
Oh hey, who knows? Maybe we might put that in our Friday game nights. Maybe.
Sounds like
If
a
it
good
does them
idea.
online.
If enough of us have it.
I mean, it's free. And if it's free, and if you can run Doom, you can
Kino.
do that.
So,
Try to relax your anus.
Kino is currently, mad that, Ayla was helping
Evan,
us.
you good?
What?
Evan, you good? Evan? What happened?
You guys just stood there.
The
You
fuck?
guys just stood there.
Did you die?
I
But
was
did you
being
die?
attacked.
But did you die?
Okay, no,
Why
you're
does
still
that
alive.
matter?
But did you die?
Why does
Persona,
that
dude.
matter?
Did you die?
It's Persona,
Why
dude. If you,
does it matter?
But
it's
did you die? Did you die? Did you die? Did you die?
Why does it matter whether or not I
Die,
live?
because you're the most important party member there is.
Ding dang dong.
Try to relax your anus.
I have been assaulted by my dog, and you all just stood there and watched as she mercilessly attacked me.
Fuck your dog. Put it over the oven.
Did you have? I mean, I don't know. Did you have any food on you?
Nope.
So, I've recently found out that push assist lawnmowers fucking suck.
I mean, yeah.
Because I can push the lawnmower faster than the lawnmower can pull me.
So for people who don't
You're-
know, my space invader, who is a pit bull, has
Big old cuddly
Tried.
creature.
tried mercilessly licking me in the face.
Yes.
Oh, hey, I lost Jack Frost apparently in the kart racer.
Yuri on Ice, the movie, has been canceled after several years of production.
But
Never watched the show.
what? Why?
So Yuri on Ice is a movie. So for those who don't know, Yuri on Ice is an anime about literally about a couple of gay guys becoming figure skaters and falling in love with each other. It's supposed to be like a slice of life romantic anime where
Yuri on Ice is kind of a misnomer, or just very clearly
Isn't it-
yaoi on ice.
Yeah. Could be.
But no,
But
seriously. Hey, in all seriousness, one of the guy's names is Yuri.
I mean, it did have a really good opening.
despite that, though, it's actually good. Unlike most of the other LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ
Well, it's
content
one of
here in
those
the US.
things where you can
In the
appreciate
US.
a love story even if you're not necessarily into one of the people in it, you know?
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is that compared to the stuff here,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like Bros. Nobody liked that movie.
What about
I mean-
what was that show where it was like gay Mission Impossible?
Oh, I know
The
what you're
animated
talking
show?
about. Oh man, what was it called? It's on the tip of my tongue. Queer Force. Nobody
Oh,
liked that
Q
either.
Force. Yeah, that
Yeah,
fucking shit.
Nobody liked that one either.
That was offensive. Like legitimately.
Sounds
Yeah, that was like
offensive.
the most homophobic
Buddy, that
I
sounds
won't say,
offensive.
homophobic thing, but like that is the most stereotypical I've ever seen in anybody portrayed in anything. Like, good God.
I could care less if it's a stereotype. The problem is, can you make that stereotyped character lovable?
Well, they
look at
couldn't.
South Park.
No, that's the problem.
Speaking of stereotype characters, though, apparently, Doctor Who has been going downhill recently again.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
Because
Yeah.
one of the
Wow, that's
weirdest
bad.
things is that Doctor Who had a little bit of a revival there when David Tennant showed up, and they had some damn good episodes, I gotta say. Like, it was head and fucking shoulders above the fucking Chibnall era.
They had
But-
to defeat an alien by twerking.
What?
Exactly.
You're joking, right?
Nope.
Please tell me you're joking.
Nope. Twerking was involved in an episode of Doctor Who.
Was that in one of the David Tennant episodes? Because I don't remember that.
No, it was the new Doctor.
That's the new Doctor. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And like I said, got a little bit of a revival. And there were some pretty damn good episodes in the new Tennant episodes they did. My generation was fucking weird, but at least they kind of explained it. That it was it was their reward for beating Neil Patrick Harris's crazy little plan he had.
What did he plan?
Doctor Who to be on Fox.
But yeah, there was some questionable shit in there too. Just go watch the video that we did about it. It's still up. The BBC hasn't raped us for putting it up there, yet. But
I mean, they are called BBC.
yes, but yeah, but it's not. It was looking up, and then things immediately went back down. Like, Ncuti Gatwa had like a pretty good special episode for his first episode, and then there was like some weird shit with the fucking singing and dancing that nearly got us copyright struck, but we dealt with that, and frankly, like, that was one of those episodes. I believe my quote about it was, "Did I write this?" Because it's exactly the kind of thing I would do if I got the reins to Doctor Who, but Anyways, point being, that recently they've gone on the don't watch
Mentality.
school mentality of things. Or is like, oh, you don't like what we're doing with Doctor Who? We'll go watch something else.
Yeah, because that worked.
Okay. That worked
that
out
worked
so
well.
well in the Chibnall era.
That worked so well in the comic book industry.
Yeah.
No, I guess we're
Comic
talking
book
about
industry,
bad
nobody
TV
fucking-
shows.
Nobody
Talk about
fucking buys
that.
them. Oh yeah, we can talk about good stuff. I just want to point out Oh,
No,
that
no,
like
no. I mean,
I
can we
got
talk? We're gonna bring up bad TV shows. I guess we might as well
We're
bring
gonna
up
bring up bad things just as
that.
much as we're gonna bring up
No,
good
no, no.
things.
I mean, we got. I said. I guess we might as well talk about that TV show featuring that about that about that dog. They got a season 2 that everyone hated.
What?
what?
Velma. I'm talking about
Oh,
Velma.
Velma. Okay, yeah. So
Boo!
Scrappy Doo becomes the hero of the internet because
Why?
he killed Velma in the season finale of Velma season 2.
Please tell me it's official.
Yeah. But
Okay,
her
good.
ghost came
Really?
back and
Fuck!
killed him.
Oh.
But his ghost like pissed on her ghost, I think.
Yeah, no, she should have stayed dead, just like the show.
It's
I
very
swear.
dumb.
And of course,
You approve this over the Wiley Okay.
and of course, keep in mind they're
Warner Brothers.
going to try. Keep in mind, I'm sure they have more pre-order and on the way.
Stop
Wait,
hate. Stop
I don't
hate
care.
watching on their platform.
Well, no,
Gizmo,
they're well,
keep
no, like
watching,
Gizmo season 2
being
was
a
Velma season 2 was already was already ordered ahead of
mission.
time. They tend to order like 4 seasons of this
know.
stuff at a time. So we could
But
have
no one watches it.
we could
No
have
one watches it. Where's the money coming from?
yeah, that's the HBO effect in action there.
Let's just say Mindy Kaling's cooch is very deep.
Let's just say, no, we all know.
Her daddy has a lot of money.
Too much
Yes.
money. And you fucked over the Hex girls. Who the fuck?
Oh yeah, the Hex girls. So
About to
Thorn,
grow hernia.
Thorn, the Hex girl that everybody loves, goth Mary Jane Watson, and got turned into a alcoholic cougar who
Okay,
doesn't
yeah,
look like a cougar. She is not a MILF. She is a hey mother, I'd like to stay far away from him. She's
so
a
she's
MILF.
only a cougar by name.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's okay,
Why?
Gizmo. It's okay.
Ah, Rick!
As long as you don't watch the bad show cannot hurt you.
Yeah,
Now
you
I
do
mean,
Now I haven't been watching this show because I saw the preview and I was like, this looks like garbage.
I saw like a news, like a
Same.
thumbnail. And like,
There
And
was
then
a
people-
funny,
And then people kind of tried to jump on people who didn't want to watch the show. Oh, and then other people were jumping on people who did watch the show.
Ghostbusters, the new
And
Ghostbusters.
so
Oh.
congratulations. We're doing things wrong.
So
Oh,
basically, like
Alex,
Ghostbusters 2016.
do you remember how do you remember there was this one video where somebody was like doing a bit of a reaction to part of the Velma show where where one person's like, I will manifest us winning a contest, and then he's like, I'd rather manifest you getting hit by a truck. Car hits her, or immediately after he says this. And I'm just like, what the fuck? That's funny.
Yep.
Funny.
No. How many of you are familiar with Internet Archive?
I
Very
am.
familiar.
Mm-hmm.
How many of you are familiar with the lawsuit that they're under?
Chuck.
Not no.
Chuck.
Yep.
Hang on. Chuck Wendig, I believe is his name. Chuck Wendig can go to hell.
Yeah, there's an article. Our Internet Archive files final brief in publisher lawsuits.
Well, they have my support.
Whoever decided to go after Internet Archive willingly
Disney.
They willingly have grape nuts for breakfast. The fucking clods. That's not an insult. Yeah, it is. It means they got no taste. Who the fuck eats grape nuts willingly? Fucking not fucking knows. Okay, here's some funny-ish news. Japanese firefighter suspended. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't keep a straight face. Japanese Japanese firefighter suspended for appearing in multiple adult films.
Hey, yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Why?
Just because he uses his hose for other things when he's off the job doesn't mean that he should have to lose his job.
That's why I couldn't keep a straight face. Like, damn, bro. Japan, man. Of all places, you're hiring the guy who practically keeps your bank account steady. A Japanese firefighter has been suspended from his position after reportedly appearing in adult videos. According to NHK, the firefighter from Kushigaya City in Saitama Prefecture participated in at least 5 photo shoots in Osaka and other areas and was paid 250,000 Japanese yen for his work. That's approximately $1,615 US.
That's not enough.
As a result, the officer has been suspended for 6 months. Yeah, but keep in mind, this is Japan. The fire chief was alerted to the performer's side work thanks to an anonymous tip and says the man's actions has damaged the trust of his residents. Yeah, as well as shutting down your fucking Patreon, you fucking snitch. Meanwhile, the firefighter and performer said that he was driven to do the work because of economic woes such as a car loan. Japanese yen has been slowly losing buying power. What?
Yeah, the Japanese yen has dropped below 160 yen to $1.
Kind of funny how Japan you're able to buy something for $1 in Japan, but not in the U.S. In the time of the writing, since approximately 1 yen equals a third of a 65 cent, 0.0065 cents. At the risk of being opportunistic, it's a great time for listeners to buy Japanese merch like figures and Blu-rays.
Yep.
Man, I didn't. Oh, okay. You know what's funny though? This is a suspension, not a firing.
You know what? That he should be. He should be given a. He should be given a gig.
If it was in the U.S., he'd be outright fired, like let go,
Yeah.
no questions asked. Like they don't give a damn. But in Japan, I'm surprised he was suspended. But at the same time, it's Japan. They treat adult video stars like legitimate Hollywood actors.
Sometimes,
hentai is a pretty good.
Yeah, like there have been famous people who've done manga and anime that were involved in hentai at some point or another. Guys in Evangelion, the guys who done Bilbo, the guys who did Evangelion. I think there was someone that was.
What?
I think there was someone who was involved in Evangelion who used to be a part of the production of Boku no Pico.
Oh God.
What?
Yeah,
and also don't forget Fate.
It's the norm because over there they have no. I'm not gonna say they have no shame, but like they're used to sexual things more than the U.S., which is kind of funny considering the U.S. has got a lot more sexual deviancy as much as Japan does. And speaking of sexual deviancy, Pixiv will block not safe for work content for users in the U.S. and U.K.
Yep.
So for
about
those,
Canada?
Fucking lot
Canada
stripe.
yeah, for those who don't know, Pixiv is a website that is hosted in Japan that is able to let people post their art similar to, say, Tumblr, Twitter to an extent, DeviantArt, but they have more freedom. Basically, they have more freedom, so you can be as lewd as you want, as wholesome as you want, and you would not be in trouble. However, Pixiv has been getting a little more strict as time goes on. So it's like they used to be. This place used to be like the Wild West of like artist websites. You could post anything, literally any kind of art, from 3D to 2D to the most disgusting to the most erotic. We're talking like Gudo, gangbang, blonde, bikini, sling bikini, public use, the whole 9 yards. Every fetish under the sun. But then, as time went on, there have been more reports of people losing their accounts, being suspended, being told that now they have to put a banner of to let people know they're adult only artists. It's weird because this is from Japan. This is exclusively a website that's being hosted in Japan, and it's mostly Japanese users that are using it.
American users use it, but that's mostly just to get around the fact that a bunch of other shit in America has started doing the same thing.
Right, but again, this is Japan. They should have no influences outside of the country to make them block whatever the hell that they're seeing. And from over here, the article says starting from April 25th, 2024, a new section restriction on unacceptable content to comply with regional laws has been added to the Pixiv terms of use. This change only affects users whose country/region is set to the US or UK. Other users will not be affected by this change in terms of use. Please read more about the changes below. And that doesn't help that DL site has also been affected.
Yeah.
Hard.
Which is also another place where it's not, they don't post art there, even though it's part of it, but mostly it's erotic games, erotic motion manga, motion comics, 3D videos, that kind of thing. That's where most of the Umemaru videos came from too. They're posted there for download with a small fee.
Huh,
And it's kind
stone helm is stronger than a golden helm.
It's kind of odd too because DeviantArt, Tumblr, Twitter, I get it because not everybody is going to be into everything, especially if it's DeviantArt, because DeviantArt is more kiddie friendly, kind of.
DeviantArt also doesn't allow stuff like bodily fluids.
Yeah, at Twitter, you have to make sure that you label your art or your profile as adults only or not safe for work. Tumblr, they did the whole porn purge to the point where people outright quit using Tumblr and moved over to Twitter. And now there's a lot less activity there than there is in MySpace. Fight me on that.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Dude, if you don't like the art, don't look at it.
Yeah, but then
Tumblr was trying to clean themselves up so that they could get sold again.
Yeah, sure. Okay, Tumblr, with all the ask blogs you have of all the abusive lesbianic couples and the shitty cal arts that you got.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I really mean that there's a lot of Tumblr ask art blogs out there that for some reason have a lesbian couple and that are abusive to each other. Don't ask how I know. It's messy. Moving on, Grand Theft Auto publisher Take-Two announces brutal cost reduction plan, cuts over 500 employees, and cancels several projects in development.
I'm reminded of something Satoru Iwata once said. People who are afraid for their jobs don't make good games.
Yep.
Yeah. This new Grand Theft Auto game is not gonna be as good as 5. Something about it just I don't know. Ubisoft Star Wars Outlaws faces massive backlash over absurd release pricing, protagonist in-game model looking worse than the real world actor.
It's a fucking Ubisoft game. Of course it's gonna wind up looking like shit.
Well, no, here's the thing,
with a
though.
bunch of shitty pre-order shit.
No. Here's the thing, though. It's one thing if it was like the background or like monsters and like stuff like that for those to look ugly. Have you seen the most recent Star Wars games? The main
Fallen Order and whatnot.
Yeah, the main protag, the redhead guy, he looks exactly like his model.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's exactly how it should.
Yeah, Cal Kestis looks exactly like Cameron Monaghan.
This game, the female protag looks nothing like the model they're using. Her jawline is wider, her chin is chiseled, her nose is more pointy, her teeth are like Tic Tacs.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah, and her strut is not a strut; it's a manly walk.
You know, they made jokes about
Here.
that back when a man did the mocap for Harley Quinn.
Dude, at least he knows how to walk like a woman.
Dude
If
looks
that
like a lady.
dude looks like a lady,
That dude looks like a lady cruising to a bar on the shore. Picture Grace's sign at the door.
Holy shit, that's not a lady, that's a dick. What?
Also,
The game's gonna bomb. Molly Ringwald says any potential remake of The Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, or 16 Candles, 16 Candles, would have to be more diverse because those movies are really, really very white. Okay, yeah, shit on your legacy. Shit on your own legacy. Yeah, okay, do that.
the better or worse than the what was that black
Yeah,
Brady?
fuck. I would say
Good
fuck her.
times, good times, good times. Yeah, the better than good times.
What is with all these people, dude? You made millions. Now you're probably not going to be cast as much as you thought you would. You fucking whore. No, I'm kidding. Rob Schneider argues that woke ideology is close to collapsing. Mainstream media and Hollywood can't continue to ignore half the population.
It's amazing
He's
how
right.
Rob Schneider can sometimes come up with a correct. Well, you know, he's not always funny, but he does usually have like a decent enough handle on like what's going on otherwise.
Right.
You know?
You're implying that Rob Schneider was ever funny.
Down
Fuck
Periscope.
off.
The Water
50
Boy.
First Dates.
50 First Dates, yep.
One.
She's the man.
Yukiko just triggered her boss
That's
fight. So
two.
that means
One
we
more
get
for the free.
Grown Ups.
Grown Ups 1,
Oh.
not Grown Ups 2.
I said
Okay.
Grown Ups.
He was not funny in that. Not at all.
You
It's
just have-
symbolic.
Do you just have
Aw.
someone just? Do you just kind of like continuously ask someone to tape the switch that turns the on switch of your humor?
No.
Oh, by the
I'm
way, The
mute,
Boy and the
Kevin.
Heron is coming out on UHD.
UHF?
UHF is also coming out on UHD.
Oh, more bad news. The Nintendo takedown for Gary's mod. At first, it looked like a hoax, but then they revealed no. Nintendo,
Yeah, it turns out it was actually legitimate, which
That
is
was
weird
serious.
because the account that filed the takedown didn't look like it was actually connected to Nintendo.
Either way, though, why is Nintendo butting in?
Yeah, why now?
I
A
don't
long
know.
time.
Don't they realize the memes that people make about when big companies do this? The moment you put a copyright anything on any of this shit, people consider that canon to your shit. Remember remember the Meat Canyon incident? The moment Warner Brothers put a copyright on that video.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's canon now, I guess, since you own it now. I don't know about you. You own it. I mean, you're Warner Brothers. You own it, right? You own that video of Bugs Bunny being a serial rapist. I guess that's canon now, right? Nintendo's doing the same thing when they
Or that video of Lola Bunny getting her cheeks blasted.
so all of E621.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What about that Bowser dick that someone was trying to make? They copyright claim that. I guess that's canon now too. We all know that Bowser's dick looks like that now. Fuck.
I mean, I wouldn't mind about that was canon.
Jim Henson is getting a documentary
Nice.
called Jim Henson Idea Man. It's exclusively on Disney Plus.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it makes sense though. And my brother brought this up. They could have done this a lot earlier. Why now?
Yeah.
Like think about what happened in the past few years. The past, I don't know, let's say 5 years. Gonzo is identifying as a lady in the new Muppet Baby CG. Okay, weird. They brought in black Muppets, even though the whole point of them being colored, like literal
Yeah, I was gonna say the monsters
Yeah.
and the Muppets are like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, the whole point of them being like other colors outside of like black and white and brown and gray are supposed to show how diverse they are outside of skin color. You know, but I guess that's just me. What else did they do? They made Miss Piggy and Kermit break.
Yeah, they
up
made the
for a
two of
bit.
them break up.
The Happy Time Murders was a thing.
Happy Time Murders is fucking bullshit.
It was a good idea. The handled
Great
it very
idea.
horribly.
They did it
Yeah.
poorly.
Very horribly, especially since you decided to cast her as one of the main characters.
Melissa McCarthy.
Especially after the whole Ghostbusters shit, you decided to cast her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You see why I think it would have been easier if they did it earlier, because damn, man, like Gonzo been wanting to identify as she, her, and the Black Muppets, even though there's no point of having Muppets of a specific ethnicity, you know, like the breaking up Miss Piggy and Kermit, which have been a couple for who knows how long, decades at this point, almost a century. What else was there? The lack of movies, the lack of TV shows, the lack of merch. They should have done this a lot sooner. Like, why now? And it's not even like I don't want this. I love Jim Henson. I love the Muppets. I love everything, almost everything he's done. Because I got Dark Crystal on DVD the moment it came out. My dad bought that thing and showed it to us. I still have the Muppets movie in that green VHS case that it came in. And, you know, you really can't shit talk Sesame Street.
I'm right.
Yeah, and Labyrinth. You know,
Dance, magic, dance. Get that magic jump on me.
Nothing, tra-la-la. Yeah, you can't really say more about that. You see what I mean, right? Like,
Yeah.
they could have done this a lot sooner, man. Like, why now? Like, what made them wait?
Money.
At least it's
Because now some of the people who were involved with that were dead, and I hope
some of them are dead. I think most of the people that are alive now are like his kids or something. Am I right or am I wrong?
I don't know.
It's just so weird, man. Like, now? Okay. Doom 64 is getting a fan-made port for the Sega Dreamcast.
That's interesting.
Very.
Awesome.
I wonder how that's going to play. I mean, one joystick. Anyway, let's go to the best of King of Fighters games ranked by you. Not you. You.
2002 better be on the top of that top 3.
Number 23 is King of Fighters Kyo on PS1. The dating sim.
Oh, we're going.
At the bottom makes sense. It's Japanese only anyway. King of Fighters EX. King of Fighters EX Neo Blood on GBA. Number 22.
No,
Okay.
I just revived you.
The King of Fighters EX2 Howling Blood on GBA. Number 21.
Oh, it was an alright game.
Come on.
Okay, yeah, this definitely belongs at the bottom. The King of Fighters 12 on PS3, number 20.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
come on.
agreed.
Oh, yeah.
God,
Okay.
that was so bad.
Oh, come on. This deserves to be higher. The King of Fighters Maximum Impact on PS2, number 19. It was not that bad. Come on.
It had some hiccups there, but, you know, it was salvageable.
King of Fighters 2001, number 18. King of Fighters Maximum Impact 2, number 17. King of Fighters Neo Wave, number 16. King of Fighters 2003, number 15. King of Fighters 94, number 14.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No.
King of Fighters 15, number
I'm
13.
fucked.
The King of Fighters R1, number 12. This is the Neo Geo Pocket game. King of Fighters 15 on number 11.
Okay.
King of Fighters R2 from the Neo Geo Pocket, number 10. King of Fighters 95, number 9. King of Fighters 11, number 8. King of Fighters 2002, number 7. King of Fighters 99, number 6. King of Fighters 96, number 5. King of Fighters King of Fighters 2000, number 4.
That's 2000.
King of Fighters 13, number 3. King of Fighters 97, number 2.
King of Fighters 98, number 1?
Yes.
Hell yeah!
I'll go into 2000.
Best fighting game ever made.
I still think
I
2000.
I mean, it's to be expected. It's one of the It's one of the better King of Fighters games.
She's temporarily down, but I can get her up with a revival bead.
Survey reveals Japanese Gen Z gamers still love Nintendo DS's handhelds.
Nice.
I mean,
yeah, it's a good system.
Yes.
They recently
Yukiko first try.
did a survey, and these are the top 5 systems that Japanese players have been using. 5 is DS, 12.2. Number 4 is tablet, 26.5. Number 3 is PC, 33.2. Number 2 is Nintendo Switch, 38.5. And number 1 is mobile, 94.7. So while the DS is like the bottom of number 5, that's still a lot. That's still a lot of Japanese players still playing the Nintendo 3DS.
Oh yeah. Glad to see it.
I wonder how many of them were hacking it.
That depends. DSi, sure. DS Lite, original DS, absolutely not. You could do, you can do, flashcards.
Right.
I have flashcards I have a flashcard for my DS, but, that's about it for, DS options.
Duke Nukem and Max Payne co-creator once pitched an Escape from New York MOBA game.
Escape from New York? I'm interested. MOBA game? Yeah.
So this is the tweet. Okay.
You can keep talking. I can hear you.
So he released a tweet that said that it's been leaked that Danish 3D Realms Flipgate was working on a secret project, Escape from New York, and that it was going to be a mobile game, and they had the first 4 pages explaining what it was. It would have been a free-for-all battle royale to escape the world's most dangerous island prison. There would have been millions of killers on the loose. There would have been a time limit of 45 to 49 minutes. There would have been a map to help you out. There's little is known about this, but the fact that it would have been a MOBA game was kind of
Sounds
interesting.
more like
and the fact that they required the Escape from New York license.
Like a
Yeah, but it's more MOBA though. And like it's really interesting that they got the Escape from New York license to do a MOBA of all games. Not even like a third person shooter or like a 2D shooter like Contra or Gears of War, like a MOBA. Kind of odd. How Google's rampant Sunnyvale expansion is erasing Atari's history.
oh, speaking of leaks though, and cancel
Huh.
steps. Did you see all the Disney stuff that got leaked? Like they had production Bibles and pitches, pilots been leaked out
No.
on like Mega Upload and YouTube, places like that.
No, I didn't hear about that.
Um, bunch of a bunch of test footage like that has been stuff like pitch Bibles has been leaked out on Bible placement out there. For, they they canceled variety show where it was supposed to be like all these characters together, and very first skit is fucking hilarious. It's about Tigger going to get a haircut and up everything along the way, and then he accidentally because he only got one hair. I'm not gonna describe the whole skit to you because that's boring. It's a great little. The fact that it didn't get finished.
Sounds like one of those Cartoon Network bumpers.
Kinda, yeah, actually.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so Google looks like it's trying to erase Atari's history by tearing down the buildings that they once worked in, replacing it with generic ass buildings. They demolished the original Atari HQ. Google demolished it. They even demolished. Oh, what the hell? They even demolished the Australian HQ. It was sold off just to be demolished. How are you going to sell off an iconic house like that just to wreck it, you fucking heartless bastards?
Indeed.
Tore down a bunch of old sets. It's a good mark, but on one hand, you know, is it worth?
You couldn't just expand?
Is it worth losing the original set to the Phantom of the Opera, like the original movie Phantom of the Opera?
Fuck's sake, the things they won't do. Okay. On to good news, I guess. Two rare Mega Man Battle Network games are getting fan translations and are
Yeah, I
now
heard about that.
they
I heard about
are and there's nothing that
You're
says that
the
they're
one
now
with the mobile
100%
game.
100% translated. Yeah, it's a mobile game, and the Mega Man Battle Network game is called Mega Man Legend of the Network. It was exclusively a mobile game. And keep in mind, this was back when the Game Boy Advance was new, so it was on like flip phones and shit. This looks very interesting.
It's like that's okay. Here, I know about this. So apparently, it's like playing the actual Battle Network games like on a phone, like in the like they mashed like it plays exactly like the Battle Network game somehow.
Yeah, somehow, yeah.
And even got like its
Are
own
you not
unique like
close enough
story
together?
mode,
There we
unique
go.
boss nights.
Come
It's
on,
like
come on,
it's
stay together,
almost like
stay
another
together.
Battle Network
Boom
game.
shakalaka.
It's almost like they literally made a new Battle Network game.
Yeah. There's going to be another mini arcade, and that's of Dance Dance Revolution.
Okay.
And what's funny is that you can actually hook up a Dance Dance Revolution pad to it and actually play the
Cool.
game. Like legitimately, what there also is that you can actually detach the dance pads from the mini arcade and use your hands to play it too. You can hook it up to a TV, and again, you could use a dance pad, or you could use the dance pads attached to it and just like attach them to some wires and just use your hands or thumbs. Yeah, it's unfortunately a Japan exclusive though. It's cost like 49,000 yen.
Well,
Oh,
anyway.
Mighty Final Fight is going to get a fan-made sequel.
Oh, cool.
And it looks like it's in the style of like 16-bit era. You play as Cody, Guy, and Hagar just as much as you did in the first one. And it looks like to be some sort of open source. And there's a demo you can currently download as you wait for the official fan game to come out.
All right.
Oh, and before I end up going, since it's getting late.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it one more shot at taking this guy out, and then I'll call it too.
So I've heard about this mobile fighter Gundam, G Gundam, to celebrate 30th anniversary with new story penned by original series director, or Gundam Fight, ready, go. In honor of its 30th anniversary, Bandai Namco has announced that mobile fighter G Gundam, will soon be receiving a new side story scenario penned by the series' original director, Yasuhiro Imagawa. A news of the fan favorite shonen-styled Mobile Suit Gundam spin-off continuation was first revealed on April 22nd, courtesy of the franchise's official website. Alongside a new commemorative key
I'm gonna
visual
go ahead and
illustrated
reset
by
here so
Mobile
I can
Suit
get a better.
Gundam, the image from Mercury animator Shinpei Sawa, the image depicting the members of the new Shuffle Alliance, as well as Master Asia, Rain, Allenby, and Schwartz running into the sunset ahead of the God Gundam, Burning Gundam in the dub. Bandai Namco unveiled their plans to release, and as machine translated via DeepL, a completely new guidance scenario written by the general director of Mobile Fighter G Gundam, Yasuhiro Imagawa, later this summer. As detailed by Bandai Namco, this Gaiden outing will tell a side story of the main TV series and subsequent series in the form of a scenario novel. To this end, while the studio declined to provide any concrete details as to what fans could expect from the novel, they did confirm that the characters with the distinctive hairstyle that was revealed during the Gundam series 45th anniversary special broadcast on April 7th and will also appear and play an important role on the story, supporting with in both twin ponytails and triangular hair cones outside of their design. Little else is known about said character, especially just what their relation is to the larger Mobile Fighter G Gundam cast. Offering his thoughts on the upcoming return to the series, Imagawa told Bandai Namco, "The school of the undefeated of the East is far from over. Things I left unfinished, things I pretended I didn't know. Th- those things have been in my head for 30 years," he explained. "Even if I want to go wild, I don't have a ring. I've gained a whole lot of weight while sleeping, and my hands, it burns bright red and finally punches through the wall outside in the outside world. Called who and what kind of fight will start? Just a while until the gong sounds." As noted above, Imagawa's new Mobile Fighter G Gundam scenario is set to smash its way to the top of the competition mission starting sometime later this summer. Sadly, if this were to ever get dubbed, we would never hear Mark Gatha again because he had retired from voice acting to become a surgeon.
I mean, cameo's a thing, so let's hope he figures
I don't even know if
that
he
out.
has a cameo thing. Well,
That's why I
anyway,
said
I'm gonna
that out.
I'm gonna call it for tonight. So next time on Persona 4 Golden, we will be continuing to try to solve the mystery.
No.
Right. Okay then. Till then, I'll see you next Monday for Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess.
Try to relax your anus.
No.
Try to relax your anus.
We done?
I'm done.
I'm
but Alex
wrapping up.
isn't.
I'm waiting to die.
There's a few new fighting games that are going to be ported over here. That would be a new Rage of the Dragons, Breaker's Revenge, and Asuka 120%.
Anyway, I'm gonna go now, so I'll talk to you guys later.
All right.
Bye.
See
Oh
you
yeah, I
later.
guess speaking of
Bye-bye.
Biden stuff, Parking Zero's gonna get their character trailers in 10 hours. Apparently.
Yeah, nobody here knows about those fighting games. Okay, that's
Hey,
just
I
some
do.
Switch news. Extreme G and Iggy's Wrecking Ball is going to come to Switch Online expansion for Nintendo 64, and it has. And now there is a new Sweet Baby Inc. detected website called DEI Detected.
Cool.
And basically, what it is that it keeps you updated on what games are being involved with Sweet Baby Inc. in some way, shape,
Oh,
or
God
form,
damn
whether
it.
it be the entire company or one or two people employed by that said company. I think that's a good thing. You know what else is a good thing? No BlizzCon. It's canceled in 2024 and quote will return in future years.
I don't care.
Yeah, why should I? Especially with the shit they've done behind the scenes. Gothic remake gets a collector's edition. See, there's going to be a Super Bar opening up in Japan. Well, better have Iron Mouse there. There's a thing called Kids Online Safety Act as it receives bipartisan support. Yeah.
The American everything that America tries to do about this shit is fucking stupid. Anything that receives bipartisan support should be looked at with suspicion. Anyways, go ahead.
And what's funny is that it's already the guy who's for it tweeted it out, and there's already a community note saying the Kids Online Safety Act is effectively a Trojan horse for internet censorship.
Yep.
Just gonna give him rev up the chemotherapy because this is fucking cancer response. There you go. Elves are taking over anime according to latest data.
Okay.
Oh yeah, for those two shows, Dungeon Match.
Kind of makes sense actually, considering there's a lot of anime right now that have a lot of elves in it.
Yeah, like Free Ren and Dungeon Match. Or
Free Ren, Dungeon Master, plus size elf.
What?
You really don't know about that one? Plus size elf is literally about how fantasy has merged with reality, and you know, like elves, orcs, you know, that kind of thing. And then what happens is that there's this one elf that hires a dietitian, from what I remember, because she's gotten so fat. And what it is that she finds out it's because of her addiction to French fries.
Yeah, I was gonna say fast food, French fries, etc.
Not fast food, specifically just fries. It's to the point where there's even art of her hugging
yeah.
like a bunch of fries.
Yeah, that is literally the only thing I've ever seen about that show.
I think it looks funny. I think it looks adorable. I'm gonna buy that if it ever goes on Blu-ray. But you know what? I'm not gonna buy
What
rice
aren't you
balls.
going to buy?
Rice balls rolled in a girl's armpit in Japan. Mess me with that yeast infected shit.
I mean, I know.
Dude, I'll lick jam off of a dummy mommy's ass.
I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. Dear
Exactly.
God,
You know what I will do?
that actually made me fucking sick. Oh,
You know what I will.
last
You know
time
what
I felt that sick from a concept is when a friend of mine called frozen rotisserie chicken a chicken fat slushy.
What the fuck is that shit? You know what I wanted to do though? I want to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy in theaters in 4K extended because that's what's going to happen. Lord of the Rings trilogy is returning to theaters with the 4K extended editions. And June
that's
8th.
cool. I'm not gonna do that because I've got those at home. The
Let's
nearest
see.
movie theater is like 20 miles away.
June 8th is when they start Fellowship of the Ring, a follow-up with June 9th for Two Towers. And
Dude, they
June
should have like a week of release for each movie, you know? Like, you can't just release those for one day only.
Yeah, they do that with a lot of movies, especially the animated movies.
Spider-Man. I wanted to go see Spider-Man 1 last week, but they didn't have that.
Yeah, same.
Like, my local movie theater just didn't have any Spider-Man stuff playing. Do you know what they did fucking have?
Twilight.
No, they had Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire playing.
Huh. Random movie.
Their flashbacks were so fucking stupid.
You know who else is stupid? Disney. Because
water wet.
Disney and other studios with streaming platforms work with Congress to crack down on piracy, arousing free speech concerns and ignoring the real problem.
Piracy is a service issue. Gabe Newell was right. He said that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, keep using your streaming platform if it weren't for the fact that you remove shit, you edit shit, and you actively stop selling physical versions of your shit.
Yeah, that actually brings me to something. And so before we go, I've recently gotten some Blu-rays for a show that I was a big fan of back in the day, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And in America, let me see here. In America, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was only released up to Season 3 on Blu-ray, Season 2 on DVD, and in the English-speaking world, it has only been released up to Season 5. So, and you'd have to import that from the UK, which I've actually been doing. I've imported Seasons 3 and 4, and I'm looking for a copy of Season 5. Actually, so... Oh, in Canada, they've only released Season 1 on Blu-ray. And on DVD. But, guess where they've released the last 2 seasons?
Where?
Japan! For roughly $100 for the complete box set. For each of them.
Of course.
Me personally, I'm not willing to pay that much. But, you know, that... Yeah, Marvel still hasn't released Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5 and 6, season 6 and 7 rather, on Blu-ray outside of Japan.
Well,
And that's, you know what that's gonna lead me to do? Yar,
piracy.
har, fiddle-dee-dee. Being a pirate is alright with me. Do what you want, cause a pirate lives free. You are a pirate.
Well, last thing before we end it, because it's not just Disney we have to worry about, it's also anime. Completion
yeah.
of Funimation Crunchyroll merger results in over 100 anime titles being made digitally unavailable to Western audiences, including Astro Boy, Slayers, and Mobile Suit Gundam Seed.
This is why we buy physical media.
And that's not it. There's like a there's like a list I can read off right now. Hack Legend of the Twilight, Hack Quantum, Hack
Dot
Root,
Hack Legend of the Twilight and Dot Hack Quantum.
Hack Sign, A Certain
Yep.
Magical Index, The Miracle of Endymion, Aliens vs. Ninja,
man.
Aquarian Logos, Anna the OVA Ardietta. That's in those are just in alphabetical order. I'm just gonna let me read them off by random. Astro Boy, like I said before, Baldur Force EXE, City Under Siege live action, Confucius live action, Uli Kuli, Galaxy Angel, Goemon live action, Hal, Ikitosen, Kimba the White Lion seasons 2 and 3, Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn Specials, Rainbow Days, Samurai Flamenco, Sengoku Basara The Last Party, Shonen Hollywood, Holy Stage for 49. Shonen Hollywood, Holy Stage for 50. Tenchi Muyo Season 3. Tenchi Universe Season 2 through 3. The Asterisk War Season 2. The Sword with No Name. The Tatami Galaxy. Ultimate Otaku Teacher.
Hang on,
You're being
Asterisk War
summoned,
is something
Puzzle.
they own.
Yeah, and yet they removed it. Oh, here's more. Steins Gate the movie. Steins Gate opening Missing Link. Slayers. Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. Tales of Vesperia The First Strike. Angel Links. Appleseed 13. Aquarian Evolve. Attack on Titan live action movies.
Glad I've
Blaze
got
Blue
Aquarian
Alpha
Evolve
Ultra
on
Memory.
Blu-ray, I guess.
Dragon Ball Movie, Curse of the Blood Rubies, Dragon Ball Movie, Mystical Adventure, Dragon Ball Movie, Sleeping Princess and Devil's Castle, Dragon Ball Movie, The Path to Power, Dragon
Hang on,
Ball
they own that.
Dragon Ball Z, Special History of Trunks, Eureka 7.
Oh, this is all just stuff that was removed from the Funimation streaming service, right?
These are just some of them. These are just some of them. Gunslinger Girl 2 Tetrino Season 2. Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence. Kitty Girl and Luck and Logic. My Bride is a Mermaid. Oh, you didn't know? Ninja Slayer from Animation. Rurouni Kenshin live action movies 2 and 3.
You know what you can't... Hey, you know what you can't do? You can't get that shit removed for, from, piracy websites.
No. Tenchi Muyo Seasons 1 and 2. Tenchi Universe Season 1. Heroic Legend of Arslan. The Legend is Born, Ip Man. That's not even an... Okay. The Rolling Girls. Division of Escaflowne. These are only just some of what has been removed. That's not even half of it. Not even half of it. If you want to see the complete list, just go into the news and topic suggestion. You'll see right there what's been removed. Oh, but Night Sonic. It's bullshit.
Yep.
It's bullshit. Like, dude, half of this stuff is either you can't find out in the wild, or if you can, it costs a pretty penny. Some of these haven't even had re-releases in years. Years.
Well, nobody ever said Sony was smart or good at what they did.
And if they do, they're lying.
Yeah.
It's a good time as any to end it here.
Yep. Well, I guess we're going to go ahead and see y'all later. Bye, everybody.
Bubba.